通るきらめき愛で守りたいの。
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい。
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星。
瞬く BPM 想像のできない
パーティーが始まる。バンバンバン空に打ち上げよう。シンガーソングその声聞かせて。一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう。何度だってこの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンラもっともっと星数インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょ。みんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おう。ベンベンベン重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズム。この声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー。遠くでも願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンラずっとバンバンバン重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズム。
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢。
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう。
宝物はいつもそばにキラキラと咲くその笑顔。
五線譜のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおう。ベンベンベン重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズム。その声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー。遠くでも願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンラずっとひらり透き通るきらめき愛で守りたいの。
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい。
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星。
瞬く BPM 想像のできない
パーティーが始まる。バンバンバン空に打ち上げよう。シンガーソングその声聞かせて。一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう。何度だってこの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンラもっともっと星数インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょ。みんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おう。ベンベンベン重なるハーモニー天真な祝
And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Octavian Arena, brought to you by Nexart Event. This is going to be the starting of the quarterfinals, the top 18, the top 8 finalists, which will be proceeding towards the top 4, and this top 4 would be the reason that they will be coming up to the limits that everyone wants to break. And yes, it's none other than your homeboy Uncle Jeff with me. A new voice would be rising, and it is going to be Apocalypse. Apocalypse, my guy, say hello.
Hello there. Thank you for having me. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. It's my first casting, but hey, I hope I do well.
Hey, for sure, man, for sure. You will be doing really amazing. And yes, talking about it, though, let me tell you about the teams here, because it is none other than Ascendria Echelon versus Team Arcane eSports. Both the teams are really, really wisely talented. I'd be saying they have their own flaws, they have their own cons here. And with that, they will be proceeding. They will be just making sure that they would not let those cons and flaws just get up to them. And they would be proceeding with the perfectest game that they can show us, because it is going to be a BO3 series. And in the BO3 series, the first game matters a lot. The more you play, the more you can perfect. And yes, the teams, I suppose both the teams should be knowing each other, because they have probably seen each other's gameplay, have checked out their profiles, maybe even scrimped against each other. So yeah, I am expecting both the teams to be playing out really well. And yes, Ascendria Echelon, I am seeing them everywhere in different tournaments, and they are performing really, really amazingly. And this is going to be another tournament. They are just coming in for a breeze, for another experience and the huge prize pool as well. But yeah, Apocalypse, are you excited for this match?
Oh, me? I am thrilled. I can't wait to see how both of them perform.
Exactly, man. This thing which we are waiting for right now is actually going to be really interesting, as we will be jumping in the draft in just a matter of seconds with no issues arising for any one of us, because yes, the BO3 series is not a BO3 series without knowing each other, without just playing off a perfect game that you can flex on. And yes, both the teams, like I mentioned, should be knowing each other really perfectly, and we'll be in the drafting phase with none other than Ascendria Echelon on towards the blue team, and it is going to be Team Arcane on towards the red team. And both the teams, I'm really having a hope that they would be performing really, really amazingly, because I have high hopes for both the teams. But Ascendria Echelon, I'm seeing them a lot, so I have quite a bit, experience on how they play, on how they rotate. But Ace, this is the first time I'm seeing them. Not the first time, but at the same time, this is going to be the rise and shine moment for them. But yeah, like we are mentioning about the rise and shine moment, do you think that team, Arcane, would be able to put out those enough issues that we need to be watching out for, because it is already the Zushin being banned out?
By lanterns light.
Oh. We do hope we see some crazy outplays. I love seeing some outplays.
Definitely, we do love some amazing outplays. And talking about outplays, it is going to be the Grok, which will be taken down onto the banning section, and the tectonic charge as well as the walls would be a really big of a threat, especially knowing that you guys don't have the first pick. You guys need to take it down, and with that, it is going to be the side of Team Ascendria Echelon who would be coming back towards the ban. But I mean, Apocalypse, I'm not sure that if you are keeping up with the metas or not, but do you have any idea of what they should ban here?
Since they banned Grok, I feel like they could use less mobile heroes and some sustained ones, maybe. Perhaps. I guess Thamus would be a good pick, maybe.
A Thamus pick, like you mentioned. I mean, Thamus on the tournament series is a really orthodox pick. At the same time, it's not really big of a help coming in, because Thamus, he requires a lot of catching up potential. And if there are really fast mobility heroes, then Thamus would be left at the dust. He won't be able to catch up. So yeah, a Thamus usually only works out when there are less mobility heroes coming in onto your opponent's side, and if there are any mobility like the squishy ones, like Obsidia that recently got released, if they want to go ahead and pick it off, then that works. And also, I would like to give out a huge shout out towards the Guinevere as well, because Guinevere on the early game fight actually melts down Thamus. Like, as a Guinevere main myself, not a main, but at the same time, I have a lot of experience with Guinevere. So yeah, Guinevere on the early game fights actually melts down Thamus really amazingly with really less we call it, conflicts coming in, because she can just use out the second skill, the first skill, and also she will be having the Impure Rage on her. Alongside that, the Arcane Boots would be giving out a lot of magic penetration on towards the early game fight. So yeah, with that, Thamus would actually get melted down. And talking about Thamus, though, it is going to be the Hard Guard which will be taking down the Angela, and the Lancelot would be taken down as well from the side of Team Ascendria Echelon. And the, what do we call it, the Baksha with the inbuilt Life Bane, what do we call it, ability coming in, a really amazing hero to be banning off, because I'm seeing him a lot rise recently. But at the same time, he can get countered off, but he is a menace to the society. But do you think the same here, Apocalypse?
I think I do agree with you. And since the ban Grok, maybe they could go for like an Alucard pick, because Alucard has been going really strong right now. And CC, wow. I was gonna say CC because CC has been going really strong as well, and I think that's a great pick.
Okay, Apocalypse, like you mentioned that CC would be there. Let me tell you a really big secret coming in for this meta. Okay, not a secret, but a really amazing, a really, what do we call it? Really confusing type of meta that is arising in the land of Dawn. It is actually the fighters who are dominating the gold lane right now rather than the marksmen. And the only marksman that is dominating is going to be the Nathan. And in some cases, had it does work out, but yeah, in maximum cases, it is none other than the Bane. It is Lapu Lapu. There's also Esmeralda, and what can we say? Xbox also works out, but yeah, I did saw SBI also play out on that Chu on the gold lane. So yeah, a lot of fighters are actually dominating the gold lane rather than the marksmen, which usually goes ahead and just works out. But yeah, Irithel could be a perfect option here, but right now it's going to be Executor who will be picking off the CC, which will be leaving out a really big question mark for the side of Team Arcane for thinking if CC would be on towards the gold lane or on the EXP side, because she can play out both the roles. And to be coming in is going to be Hitake, who would be picking off the Black Dragon, the big Black Dragon, and these nuts on towards the Kimi. And it is a really interesting pick coming in from both the teams, because against the CC, Yuzong usually works out on the early fights, but as the game progresses, it doesn't work out. But yeah, what do you say about that pick here, Apocalypse?
That's true. Hey, I can tell you, like, we have played tournaments before, right, together, and I used to be your EXP laner, and exactly. I used to pick Yuzong, so I know what you're talking about. Early game, no problems, easy melt. Yuzong is so fun early game, but he just gets very progressively weaker. So I just used to turn like into a damage sponge. So maybe it's going to be that. But I believe he can be like a good pick against Hayabusa with the Petrify combo.
Mm-hmm. Against the Hayabusa with the Petrify combo. Yep, I do agree, but it is going to be Nakhil who would be picking off that Kalia with the Tsunami Slam, as well as the Slam and the healing combo, which is going to be really annoying. And N3M would be instantly locking onto the Hayabusa. Not a big fan of Hayabusa, but it does work out on marking the backliners. Like, there is a Kimi with the flicker, so I'm not sure about Hayabusa just marking it down on the early stages, especially knowing that the only shadow kill could be cancelled down by the flicker's perfect dash. But yeah, April would be picking off towards that Gatot Kacha, a really amazing pick, especially combining it with the CC, a really huge zoning potential coming in from the side of Team Archelon. And talking about Archelon, though, the bans, if we'll be coming back, it is going to be Yokai who would ban off the Lunox, which is quite the interesting pick, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of Lunox, because they usually don't pick off Lunox on the tournament series. It does work out, but at the same time, it is quite a gamble here, because there are other mages, like there is also, what do we call it, Farsa left open. There is also a Kadita left open for the side of Team Ace to be picking it off. So yeah, there is a big issue coming in for the side of Team Arcane here, because they have left open the Kadita, they have left open the Farsa, and they have a huge zoning at the same time, what do you call it, burst down potential. So yeah, the side of Team Archelon, they have a big potential for those mages. They have a big chance of picking off those mages. But yeah, with this, the jungler would be banned off. The Yishin Chin already taken down, a really fast jungler. But do you agree with that, Apocalypse?
Yo, I would suggest that they should have picked Yishin Chin, but it's a really smart thing that they banned them, because Yishin Chin could have like put a lot of pressure on them due to like being able to escape CC and having lots of mobility. It would work really well against Echelon. Yeah, I think it's a really smart ban.
Exactly. The side of Team Ascendria Echelon, they have a really interesting pick at the same time. The side of Team Arcane, though, I'm not seeing those interesting picks which we usually see. I mean, there is a Yuzong, there is also a Kalia. The metas are open up for them, but combining it with the Kimi, I'm not a big fan of that because Kimi does deal out a lot of magical damage, but she does not go well with both the heroes here. I mean, they do work out with Kalia, but the Yuzong, on the other hand, though, he can try out a lot, but as the game progresses, I don't think so that he would be having those fun sides, because if he does not get the snowballing, he can actually be left behind. He will be left at the dust and not able to do much here. And yeah, that is exactly what can happen. And talking about it, it's going to be Yokai on towards the Joy, a really, what do we call it, really broken pick, but at the same time a really underestimated pick I'll be seeing. So yeah, a really underrated pick, at the same time a really OP pick. So talking about that, Max would be coming in though with that Herod, a really interesting Zaman Force and the combo coming in, though there is no Angela, but it can pair up against any of the marksmen. But I'm expecting a really EXP, like a fighter type of gold laner coming in from the side of Team Arcane here. But combining it though, it is going to be Ascendria Echelon who would be picking it off with the Novaria, a really huge range, at the same time the Starfall recall, which is going to be a really sniping moment. But yeah, talking about it though, it's going to be that Face who would be hovering on towards the Moscow. But do you think the Moscow would be great here, Apocalypse?
In my opinion, I would resort to Brody maybe. I think Brody would work really well here. Perhaps better than Moscow, in my opinion.
Yep, I do agree. A Moscow rather than a Moscow, a Brody would be working out really interestingly, as well as, what do we call it, countering on towards that Oni Shadow kill. It works out against N3M. So yeah, Brody does work out, but I'm not a big fan of Claudia because they have those pick-off heroes, they have those burst heroes as well. But the Granger though, a really wise move coming in, because a Granger does work out against Herod, but as the game progresses, Herod, once he gets those, what do you call it, infinite dashes equipment, at the same time combining it with that Holy Crystal, like a really broken Holy Crystal, the Granger cannot stand against that Herod pretty easily. And talking about it, they also have the backline hunter, the Yuzong, the Kalia, the Kimi here, as well as the Joy. So the backliners would not be protected as much as they are anticipating right now. They have Purify on both the heroes, CC as well as the Herod, but not a big fan of it. But yeah, with that, we'll be joining in. Really amazing. And with that, we'll be in the land of Dawn. You guys are watching the Octavian Arena, brought to you by Nexart event, powered by Mobile Legends 5v5. And a huge shout out to the sponsors, the Vista, who would be helping us get this tournament lobby as well as the Diamonds prize pool. And yes, with this, we are in the land of Dawn, the blue team being Team Ascendria Echelon and the red team being Team Arcane eSports. The junglers are going to be Hayabusa and Joy from both the teams respectively. And with that, both the junglers are starting off from the orange buff, a really interesting pick off, because we can see Joy rotating on towards the EXP side and Hayabusa would be going on towards the purple buff. But yeah, like I always ask my co-casters here, Apocalypse, who do you think the first turtle would be belonging to?
Since Yuzhong is really strong early game, but he thinks, oh my god. Just as I say, oops, I feel like I have a black tongue today maybe. Wow, that was unexpected.
We don't say it's a black tongue, we say it's a caster's curse, you know. The caster's curse was real, and with that we can see the Yuzong already giving out the first, but before that, the slam will be coming in, catching Gatot Kacha. Once again, the slam of the healing from the Kalia, dropping down our Gatot Kacha, but he is the tank, he is the early game tanker who would be soaking up a lot of damage. And like I say, you know, the early game would be on towards the Yuzong when it comes against the CC, but right now we can see CC is on towards the Purify, who can cancel out the passive from our Yuzong. So it's a really interesting, a really interesting counter type of spell that is coming against the Yuzong. So yeah, with that we can also see the Quad Shadow onto the back line with the Oni Shadow kill, but the Flicker cancelling it out. Not a good decision though, but Starfall Recall will be missing out against these nuts, and onto the bot lane, the EXP laners are having a brawl onto the one-on-one, even though the turtle will be spawning on the 15-second mark, but we cannot see the EXP laners nor the roamers farming onto the level 4 mark, but off screen we can see these nuts being taken down.
Oh, I'm very excited for the turtle fight.
Yep. I am excited for the turtle fight. Sorry about that. I was having a convo with my mom, but it's okay. Before that, though, the turtle will be coming in. The side of Team Ascendria Echelon will be having
let's go.
the turtle, black dragon, big black dragon form onto the back side, but he will only be revealing the Gatotkacha, which is a tank. Unfortunately, you can't do much against that. And yeah, it is going to be the side of Team Ascendria Echelon forming it up. But before that, the Zaman Force as well as the Chrono dashes onto the back line. A really good headhunter style, but not enough because it is going to be headed on the early game without any damages. But Kalia coming in with the slam, though it is going to be X-Squad J who would be forced to be backing off, still having his Purify, and Kalia finally gets a Tsunami Slam. But what do you say about the fights that are being performed here? But before that, though, another Quad Shadow securing the kill onto Hatake, N3M securing the kill, and with that we can see the odds revealing two people against that Arcane eSports. And before that, though, the slam might poke out the Purify, but not for now because it is going to be the what do you call the Rhythms of Joy, which is going to be popped off, as well as the Electrifying Beast. Not enough because the purple buff will be secured by N3M. A really wise trade coming in, not a trade, but at the same time it was a really wise decision coming in. But N3M, though, going in with the Quad Shadow, catching Hitaki. He will be taking now the Quad Shadow and the Shadow Kill combo, and with that the Attraction Pulse, not enough. This is a never-ending fight that is coming in. But yeah, what do you say about the fights that are being formed here right now, Apocalypse?
I feel like they should focus on supporting EXP right now because I'm seeing Yuzhong getting ganked right now. And Echelon has been having the upper hand, so I think they should be focusing on sticking together for a bit.
Exactly, the side of Team Ascendria Echelon are having the upper hand on their hands. And if you look into the items though, but before that we can see the AOG coming in, catching Arcane though, right off the Tsunami Slam, and with that the Chrono dashes. It is going to be, no, that was not the Kalia, that was the Joy that came in, my bad on that. But yeah, the Joy was taken down in the most brutalist manner we can imagine, and with that the Quad Shadow kill as well as the Shadow, what do you call the Shadow kill coming in onto the backside, already catching our Granger down his first death. And with that we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon leading with 6 kills though, and with that we can see the Tsunami Slam popped up. Sadly no turret damage being penetrated onto Gatotkacha, but Traction Pulse catching Gatotkacha. He is taking up the turret damage for now, and he has soaked up way too much that he can chew right now, and he will be taken down. He will be dropped down his grave. And with that we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon having an upper hand on their side once again. And with that we can see Yokai just coming in for the turtle. Yep, the turtle will be secured.
That's great.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, what do you say about the trades here? Do you think the side of Team Ascendria have any chances of just making a really interesting clean sweep, or is it going to be a 2-for-1? But before that though, the Curtain Curls coming in with the second skill, but not enough because it is going to be the Starfall recall coming in. With that the Purify as well popped up from our CC, but before that the third skill coming in from Hitaki, not enough because no knockups coming in for him. And with that we can see no knockups actually being performed by that Yuzhong right now because it is not the AoE that we are expecting. But yeah, look at the fights coming in though, Apocalypse. What do you say about them?
Since they secure turtle, I believe they can make a comeback. I know it's a bad look right now, but I do trust them. I hope we do get to see like a good comeback, a good outplay.
Yep, I do expect a really interesting outplay coming in from both the teams, a really interesting sweeps or maybe some reverse sweeps coming in because everybody deserves a third game. But yeah, talking about it though, if we look into the items just coming in, just hovering around the screen, if we can just check out, because a lot of boots are completed, a lot of main items are being completed from both the teams here because Kimi has already bought up that glowing one, which is going to be giving yes, the glowing one, and the genius one coming in on towards our Joy, which is going to be a really interesting pick. But rather than the tough boots, I would recommend the Arcane boots on the Joy, as well as the Flame Retribution for the damages, because she gets the damage, what do you call it, maximum potential of the damage when she gets just 2 of those items, and pairing it up with the genius one is way too much for your opponents to be handling. And especially with that, we can see the Attraction Pulse catching April, but Max would be dealing out a lot of damage for now, but not enough because it is not the damage output that we are expecting from the Kimi on towards the early game fights here. And with that, the Joy will be using up the Joy's Rhythm for clearing out the purple buff. But with that, the mid lane as well not having any clashes right now, but the turtle will be coming in though. And like I mentioned, the side of Team Arcane, they need to play out their roles really wisely. But Big Black Dragon already coming in, not catching but revealing Max here, going on to the backside. M33 might be caught off with the Petrify combo already coming in, catching him, dropped really low with no passive activated for now, with the Quad Shadow as well, the Shadow kill catching on Hitaki. Not enough damage. Starfall recall, which will be sniping down our Novaria, not Novaria but Hitaki, who is on towards the Yuzong Nuvaria securing the kill, and with that the turtle as well falling on the hands of team Ascendria Echelon and on towards the top lane. We can already see the pressure coming in, but not enough for now. The pressure is being built up onto the top lane against that Hadid, but they are winning the other lanes. But before that though, it is going to be the Trooper Drakon who would be securing another kill with that snipe. Oh my, that Nuvaria is way too amazing than we are expecting here, Apocalypse.
She's super dominating. She's putting so much pressure on them.
Exactly. But yeah, do you want to say anything about the battles that are being performed here? You know, because both the teams are really at a bay right now. Like, we can already see the side of Team Ascendria making a really huge pressure on the map. But do you think that Arcane have any chance of comeback here?
It's hard to say though. Like, if they help the Grandeur farm and like get some kills, maybe they have a chance. But it seems like they're maybe crumbling apart a bit because they're getting outplayed every moment I see them. But I do trust them. I think they can. I
do agree to that as well, because the Granger, I mean, when the lead game. But before that, though, it is going to be Naki who would be dropped down. Herod just using up the chrono dashes and a 4-on-1 scenario just built up for Nikarli, and she or he would be taken down, but it is a Kalia, so it is a she for now, and she will be taken down. Just dropped down her grave, and with that we can see N3M securing his killing spree, as well as our Executor J on towards his 2-kill mark. He will be securing his killing really early on though, but before that the Quad Shadow on towards our Hawkeye, not the Hawkeye but Yokai, and with that we can see the Quad Shadow still build up on towards our Joy, and he will be taken down. He will be dropped down as well, with Max just coming in with his Yo-Yo securing that yoinked kill, and with that the bot lane second tier in a bit of the issue, but Hitaki will be here with his combo. No Petrify, but he had the Petrify but decided not to use it up for now. But with that it's going to be Max in a really bad position, but he will be surviving because the Yo-Yo is dealing way too much damage than anyone can expect, and combining it with N3M's shuriken damage is way too much for the sides of Arcane to be handling. And with that we can see another engage on towards the middle lane, and with that it is going to be the Revitalize already popped up with Executor J coming in, just popping his just popping his chrono dashes as well as the first kill passive, and with that the Lord will be secured by our N3M solo Lord coming in for now. But Max surely will be coming in for the rescue, but the Quad Shadow, the Shadow kill, not the Quad Shadow but the Shadow kill already used up for the Lord securance, and he will be able to secure the Lord pretty easily without any disruptions coming in, without any interruptions coming in from the side of Team Arcane. But yeah, do you think this Lord will be the end of Team Arcane here, Apocalypse?
The way the match is going, I'm sorry to say, but I think this might be the game ender. It just looks like it. Yuzhong is getting melted, and I'm watching all of them getting melted, and the Novaria pressure, I believe this might be the game ender.
Exactly, and if you look into the items, Hayabusa already onto the BOD, a really interesting move coming in, but before that, Curtain Girls onto the backline, Yokai and these nuts dropped in, but Tsunami Slam catching our... No, it's not going to be enough because Max is a really tanky, chunky guy, and he will not be taken down, but it is going to be April who will be sacrificing his life for the third damage, and with that, the bot lane, Holy Shield already taken down, and the Quad Shadow onto our face, the Granger will be taken down, and with that, the rhythms coming in of Joy, but not enough, electrifying beats coming in, but slowed down, Yokai not able to take down anyone, and with that, the Starfall Knight waiting up will be damaging enough, but the bot lane inhibitor will be taken down, but the mid lane as well popped down, and with that it is not the side of Team Arcane which are at a really good decision right now, because we can see Max already coming in using up the Yo-Yo, dealing up a lot of damage, no Tsunami Slam as well as the Curtain Curls connecting two of them, so the slam is not going to be enough for now, and with that it is going to be the Max who is just dealing out a lot of damage, just harassing, and Quad Shadow, Yokai, Mike, no, but no Shadow kill coming in for now, and with that it is going to be the defendable for the side of Team Arcane. They live to see another sunrise.
Maybe it's just...
onto the backline.
No, perhaps not.
PM as well just popped in with those damages, electrifying beats onto the backline, trying to go in for the Novaria, but it is going to be the wall, and with that the big Black Dragon on towards our Novaria, she will be taken down. Black Dragon still survives for now, not enough though, because Hitake will be surviving, and those damages were not the damage potential that we were expecting right now, and with that it is going to be the side of Team Arcane securing 2 kills on the hand, but Yokai though in a bad position. With that it is going to be the Joy's Rhythm which will be saving a life. Some way miracle just happened. The Quad Shadow came out the exact time when Joy was rushing away, and that was the escape point coming in for the Joy here. But look at that, Apocalypse, the way they are playing off. Do you want to say anything about it?
I mean, Just look at them, the pressure they're building. Well, I do hope they can make it. I did see some potential here, but it's hard to say yet. But I believe Echelon. I think Echelon can win. Maybe look at the level difference and look at the build. Like Hayabusa has built so far. I think they might win though. Look, like considering the goal difference, Hayabusa has a really big upper hand.
I do agree to you because Hayabusa has completed his BODS with the Vortex and he is going for the Sea Halberd, so the shield as well as the healing would not be there, and completing the blade armor would be causing a lot of trouble for the Kimi as well as the Granger if he tries to go in for the basic attack. But with that, the Lord will be secured, the second Lord of the game, and this might be the game ender, this might be the game finisher for the first match of the BO3, the first night's match, and it is not a good sign because we can already see the side of Team Arcane pressured inside their own base, and that is not the thing that you guys want to play out for, especially in the tournament series when you guys are at a really high stakes of just playing in a BO3 matches. You guys don't want to be pressurized by your enemies because that will be leaving out a lot of issues, a lot of confidence boost coming in for your opponent. Especially in this scenario, we can already see Hayabusa using up the quad shadows, the shadow just running around, just dealing out a lot of damage, securing kills, securing the objectives, which is actually everyone needs to be waiting up for. But with that, the Sea Halberd coming in from both Granger and Hayabusa, but the Starfall recall though a lot of damages as well. It's not a good sign because the Novaria is going to be causing up a lot of trouble. But the Vision already here with the AOG connecting onto the back line though, and with that the curtain curls as well as the Yo-Yo on towards Ragatot Kacha, and not the Ragatot Kacha but Naki, who will be taken down, and with that the quad shadow and the shadow kill securing the kid onto the Yokai. Granger will be the one standing.
To compare with Echelon, their team core it's stronger. They could build more pressure early on, even to the late game, but they were lacking a bit of team fight.
I do agree on towards that as well because both the teams they are playing not at the most exact way that they need to, because the side of Team Ascendria Echelon they were just playing a lot aggressive, while the side of Team Arcane they weren't able to do much. They weren't able to just pull off those really interesting what do you call it, matches here, because the way they were pushed back, the way they were not able to play much, especially with Super Draco just using up the Novaria, just using up those snipes, securing kills, securing the escaping objectives, as well as the damages that she was providing was way too much. And Novaria, like I mentioned, she does require a lot of frontlining, but she can just stall out for those magical damage that just plays out. So yeah, with that we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon actually securing the first game, and the second game would be really interesting one. But yeah, what do you say of this? Say about the second game. What changes do you want to see from the side of Team Arcane here?
I will start with the team play maybe like you could see EXP getting ganked from behind the turret and from the turret, and they had picks like Hayabusa, right, who can just jump in and use the ult, so they have to take precaution for that. So perhaps hero picks who can escape Hayabusa or do like instant CC, right? Maybe they could go for that. Maybe perhaps like a Badang pick, that would help. I could see changes like those.
Exactly, we could see some changes like those, but it is not the interesting part. But yeah, with this guys, we'll be taking a short break. Don't go anywhere because it is going to be a bit of a technical issue that is coming up for now. But yeah, don't go anywhere. Sit tight on your seats, take a quick break, or take up your snacks, take up your drinks. For now, it is going to be a homeboy Jeff with Apocalypse. Taking a short break. We'll be back with the second match of the night. Don't go anywhere though, because the BO3 series hasn't ended yet. And for now, peace out.
だんだんだん重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢
特別な今日飛び切りの旅
きらめき愛で守りたいの。
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい。
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星。
瞬く BPM 想像もできない
パーティーが始まる。バンバンバン空に打ち上げよう。シンガーソングその声聞かせて。一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう。何度だってどの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンベン。もっともっと星屑インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょ。みんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おう。ベンベンベン重なるハーモニー。天真な祝福のリズム。この声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー。遠くでも願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンベバンバンバン重なるハーモニー。天真な祝福のリズム。
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢。
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう。
宝物がいつもそばにキラキラ加速その笑顔。
5000個のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおう。ベンベンベン重なるハーモニー。天真な祝福のリズム。この声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー。遠くでも願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンベン。ずっとずっとひらり透き通る。
And we are back, guys, in the match, and this is going to be the second game of the BO3 series. The first game was won by the side of team Ascendria Echelon, and this is going to be the decider match for our Arcane if they are going to be going on towards the third game, or they will be eliminated on this match. But yeah, with this, it is going to be the BO3 series that is coming in, and it is going to be the side of team Arcane.
Oh, I'm excited. I hope they do make a comeback.
Yep. We are waiting for the comeback. And in the castle deck, it's going to be your homeboy Jeff coming in. It is going to be Apocalypse as well. And this match is going to be a really ballistic one because the BO3 series are always the interesting one. And yes, with this, we'll be jumping in the draft in a few minutes because the first game we saw the side of team Ascendria Echelon actually dominate with the most brutalist manner we can expect. And the side of team Arcane, they are actually having a much more fun side. But what do you say about it, Apocalypse?
Perhaps for the first match, they could make changes now. I do believe in them. I am putting my trust in them. So I do think they will do something unexpected. Perhaps they might make a point comeback, which I'm expecting.
Yep. We are expecting for the comeback in this match here. And like we were mentioning, right, about the drafts here, I would like to say that they did have a really interesting draft, but against that Yuzong, though, there was a Purify that just came in. So that was not a good decision making because as the Yuzong goes by, the game does not work out well. But yeah, with this, we'll be in the drafting phase. But yeah, with that, why don't you go ahead, give out your predictions here, Apocalypse?
Perhaps they won't be choosing Yuzhong, or maybe they could be choosing like a hero who could go jump into the back lines. Like you could see them thinking about Ling, right? So maybe they would go with Ling on this one. Because I think if they had taken Ling, it could have been proven more useful against Novaria or maybe even Hayabusa. Because Ling can just go immune to Hayabusa's ultimate, right?
But it's also about the meta, because the meta does not revolve around Ling anymore because there are much more other junglers like YSS. There's also Joy who can actually dominate against that Ling. Though he has the escape skills, the Joy can actually catch up and it is going to be the death for our Ling. So yeah, the Ling is not working out in this current patchup and he can definitely just shine, but in maximum cases he does not work out, especially against such tanky comps that are coming in right now. And yeah, with that, the Bakshi as well as the Grok being taken down by the side of Team Arcane here and the side of Team Ascendria Echelon, they are banning off the Lancelot again and a Zushin, though the same bans coming in. What do you say about the bans here, Apocalypse?
It seems to be like a pattern. Like they are banning, like Echelon is banning the tanky heroes, and the opponent team is banning all the dashy or the controlling heroes. It's a good pattern though. I do believe that they will make a change this time.
Yep, I do agree because the what do you call it, respect bans should definitely be there as well as the things that are happening here because we saw that Novaria was a menace and if they leave out the same draft for the side of Team Ascendria Echelon, it is going to be a big trouble coming in for the side of Team Arcane as well because they do not know how to counter out that draft as of now except for the Yuzong because the way that they actually rotated the Yuzong was harassed in a really brutalist manner we can expect. I mean, it wasn't even the second turtle and we saw 3 deaths on towards Yuzong, which is not a good sign, especially when you're against the EXP side here. And talking about the EXP side, it is going to be the CC who will be banned off this time, and it will not be picked off from any of them. And look at that, Apocalypse.
That is a good ban. That is a good ban. They were getting dominated really badly though last match. Like it was 6 minutes and they had 10 deaths already. It was 10-0 on the 6-minute mark. And Hayabusa had found his first blade of despair by the 9th minute mark. So I hope they do play it better this time. And I trust them they will. So I hope we do get to see like a stronger battle this time.
I do agree. We are waiting for the most amazing battle that needs to be played out here. But yeah, speaking of played out, though, it is going to be Nakhil who would be picking off the Gatot Kacha instead of the side of Team Ascendria Echelon here. And speaking of Gatot Kacha, there is no more CC, so the zoning potential would not be there. But there is a lot of interesting bans, a lot of interesting picks that are still left open for both the teams to be picking off here, as well as a lot of issues that will be arising with the draft that they will playing out here. Because Lapu Lapu is open. There's also Esmeralda. There's also, what do we call it? A lot of junglers like Yushin Shin left open. Hayabusa is again left open. And in terms of mages, Kadita, Farsa, Kimi, a lot of the heroes are open now, which I can't even name out right now. And talking about the names out though, it is going to be the Yushin Shin who will be picked off here, a really fast jungler, and Executor J who will be coming in, picking up the Lapu Lapu. Might be on the goal lane, like I mentioned. The fighters are on towards the goal lane.
I do see some potential for Farsa though. We'll wait for the 2 picks in there. I could tell, but you know what? Looking at Gatot Kacha, maybe Lunox would be a nice one here. I think Lunox might be a good one here though.
I mean, Lunox does work out in a lot of scenarios, but in some cases, I don't think so. Lunox does work out really amazingly because she does get left out a lot against those really high range, high burst, high burst, and really quick rotation type of mages. She, especially against the Lunox, there is a Farsa who can just outrange her, cannot just let her even breathe the sigh of relief, and that's pretty much going to be it. And talking about our Kadita as well, she is still left open for the side of Team Ascendria Echelon to be picking off against these nuts. She is a really amazing pick, especially knowing that it is going to be a really interesting, a really annoying type of scenario here. And Hitake does counter out Excuser J, but if Excuser J is the gold laner on towards the side of Team Ascendria Echelon, it is going to be a trouble because they can just pick off something which can counter off the Esmeralda spell. Something like a Alice does work out here, Alice on the EXP. And Max, I am expecting him to be going in for the Alice because it does work out, but no, it is going to be a Yuzong which will be picked off. So the Lapu Lapu on the gold lane side and Yuzong though. But what do you say about it, Poco?
That was an interesting. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. I really thought I do agree with your point, but I did think they could be going for Kadita or maybe Lunox because I do feel like Lunox would be a good one here. But for gold lane Yuzhong, I didn't see that coming, to be honest. So now I'm even more excited because I don't know how this will turn out now.
I mean, like I always say, it is the EXP, it is the fighters who are running out the land of Dawn right now. They are dominating in every lane that they are playing off. Like just imagine the Gunivia on the jungle lane does work out and it like works wonders as well as Lapu Lapu on the gold lane and Yuzong on the EXP side. So yeah, they have a lot of options left open and it is going to be the Lunox which will be banned out on the side of the Arcane.
Ah, that's right. And they also ban Hayabusa, which would go strong against Yuzhong. So see, they're taking good measures now. They are learning from the last match, which I'm very happy to see. And I'm even happy to see how this will turn out because this team is much more exciting now.
I do agree. I do agree. Like both the teams are playing off their cards really amazingly, like really interestingly. And talking about the cards, though, the Yuzong is already picked off, and not to get countered, it is going to be the side of Team Arcane, which will be banning off the Hylos as well as the Lunox. Amazing picks, but at the same time, I don't think so. Hylos would have been a much bigger threat here rather than knowing that there are other threats heroes that can be picked off here as well as Romer who can heal off. So yeah, talking about it, it's going to be Super Dracoon who will be picking off Novaria once again. Oh my, the last match we saw him snipe out really amazingly. And this time we might see it again, but April is still left open on which Romer he would be picking off. And with that, the face is flexing on towards it. Hilda might go in with Hatake on towards the gold lane. A really interesting pick as well. Because Esmeralda on the gold lane does work out, especially knowing that there is a Lapu Lapu and Alice. I would like to say that Alice would be sucking you dry out, my guy. You do not want to be facing off that Alice, and she is going to be a menace as well. But yeah, what do you say about it, Apocalypse?
Those are some interesting choice of words. Now, I must say though, Novaria is a really amazing pick here because he complements all three of them really, really well. Like Yi Sun-shin's ultimate, Yuzhong's skills, and Lapu Lapu's ultimate. She complements all of them. So I do believe there is hope. But now that I see the Fanny pick, now I don't know about now though. Because seeing the Fanny pick, now it's becoming more questionable.
I mean, Fanny does get counter, but at the same time, there are not much threads on towards their side as well because they have a much better option on their hands, knowing that they have the counter picks against their laners, and so Yokai could actually farm up and rotate the lanes pretty obviously without any issues. But when it comes towards the rotation, when it comes towards the fights as well as those what do we call it, synchronization, we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon actually just provide a much more better fight scenarios here. But wait, why did I saw a different design on towards that on towards the Arcane eSports rather than the side of the Ascendria Echelon here on towards the Zodiac though? But never mind, whatever it is, it is what it is. But yeah, what do you say about it, Apocalypse? How about the drafts? Would you like to talk about it here?
I was expecting April to pick showroom actually, but Hilda, she's a good choice. She can do like those mini CCs, so it might prove useful. They perform now.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed.
Anything else you want to talk about the Apocalypse here? Because there are a lot of things that are still left open here, you know?
Like what? Could you enlighten me?
I mean, let's just talk about how the Lapu Lapu would be using of the previous fighter with a lot of damages that can be output here, as well as the Yuzong that can just dominate out the lane. So yeah, there is going to be a much more brighter side on the side of Team Ascendria Echelon rather than the side of Team Arcane here, because on towards the early game it is not a good sign, as well as a lot of damages that are being played out here. But speaking of playing out though, it is all about how the gameplay goes right now, and the way the gameplay should be going off would be depending on how they play off, as well as the team synchronization that should be coming in. But before that though, look at the battles that are still coming in for the passive plays right now.
Yeah. Hey Jeff, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think about Alice picking Vengeance over Purify? What do you think about that? Do you think Purify could be a better one this time?
Nope. Against Alice, you do need a lot of defenses, especially those the way she plays out. So yeah, it is going to be a lot of troubles that should be coming in on towards the Alice's side on the early game. But yeah, when the late game arises, it is not the brighter side for Yuzong here, because Alice is a lot sustainable, a lot damageable that plays out. But yeah, it is all about how they play out. It's all about how they make out for those battles, the way that they flex on towards those team synchronization. But with that, we can see Yokai still not level 4 yet, not a good time, but onto the top lane with the Mountain Chalk. It is going to be the face which will be taking down the gold lane gank already was there, and with that the Fanny would be coming in, taking down April with the steel cables, coming in with the cutthroat though. Max would be still stealing out the HP from Yokai, but he will be surviving, he will be sustaining out, just coming back. He might try to go in for the Petrify combo, but not for now, because with that the turtle will be spawning in. Fanny needs to get the Peru buff, but the turtle will be starting off by SS already on the top lane, will be using the reverse flow to be coming in onto the turtle, but he decided to go in for the lava golem. But the vision is that April comes in, but the red tree might be sealed off from our nope, it's going to be the Beast Nuts who will be securing the turtle instead with his what do you call it, with gluey gum here. And with that the bravest spider as well as Lanchik on to the backside though, with the raging slashes catching Nikali will be taken down by the J, and with that the reflection trolls catching 3 people, but not enough for now, because the battles that are being played off are really amazing. And with that we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon just having a fun side on the hands with the battles that are being played off here. Apocalypse.
Yeah, it played out on Echelon's side this time. See, Arcane's comp, it's a mixed one. Like they have the early game from Yuzong, they have the mid game from Lapu Lapu, and they have the late game on Novari and YSS. But I do believe they should start on early domination, and if they let Echelon get the early domination again, it could prove difficult soon. I do believe that.
Yep, I do agree that the side of Team Ascendria Echelon are able to play out those cards really widely, but they're at a 3-2 score of the lead that is coming in for now. But talking about it, N3M is coming in for the battles here, and with that we can see the items already coming in with the boots completed on towards our Yuzong, going in for the Fury Hammer. A wise move, but not the greatest decision he should have made. And talking about Lapu Lapu, he will be securing his War Axe really early on, a bright side around the fight here, and the Fanny is still behind the goal, but not so behind. And with that it is going to be the gank on towards our Esmeralda. Once again Hilda comes in for the aid, but not enough for now, because the damage is the way too less for our Esmeralda. She can just poke out her shields, and look at that, as we were talking about the shield. But N3M comes in with the land shaker, the Mountain Choker, but not enough for now, because he goes in for the Kacha instead. He still has the AOG, my guy. You don't want to go in for someone with that huge AOG stun here. And with that the turtle will be spawning in 10 seconds, and both the teams would be proceeding on towards the turtle side here, but Fanny would be forced to be cleaning out the waves. Don't tell me you will be going in for that, because you can be clear out, you can be visioned out, you can just be giving out your vision when you are going from that bush, and that is what exactly April is doing for now. And with that will be coming in towards the pause. Oh nope, that was probably a mistaken pause coming in, but yeah, with that will be in the game once again. And with that we can see April in a bad position, forced to use the flick, and with that the turtle will be secured by N3M really quick. But with that the blood wings onto the backside. N3M bats the decision, cutthroat comes in, secures the kill onto his Yokai, and it is going to be a face who will be harassing 3 people onto the backline, but not enough. You cannot soak up way too much damage, and with that it is going to be Esmeralda being taken down. Alice trying to deal up a lot of damage, but not enough. Kacha comes in with a slam, securing those HP, but it is going to be Lapu Lapu. Even though he was dropped down with a slimmer of HP, he will still be securing the kill. And with that it is going to be the side of Team Ascendria Echelon making it the equalizer for the kill boards here.
Yeah, now that was a great battle. Now it seems like it's on equal grounds now. Now I'm perhaps more excited to see who will come on top now.
I am excited as well because this match is just way too interesting than anyone could even think about, because the way the game actually goes by, I'm really interested on how the things play out, because if they don't make up for the mistakes that they are doing often, they might be punished really brutally here, which is not the thing anybody wants to see out for. And talking about anybody though, it is going to be Esmeralda who will be clearing down the waves, and with that she will be going on to the backside and might be coming in for the clash with the Fanny coming in with the steel cables trying to get April here, but with that April will be taken down by the Powerful Knight on towards Esmeralda, and with that we can see the side of Team Arcane actually making up a huge impact on this game.
Yeah, I'm seeing Esmeralda is quite dominating right now. So maybe Arcane could go for the Esmeralda gank, maybe like a top lane gank. We'll have to see about that, how they do play out though. But I do believe Esmeralda is quite dominating right now. So maybe they could act on it.
Yep, exactly. I am waiting for that, but before that, the fight comes in once again with the cutthroat as well as the steel cables just secures the kill on those two people, and with that, we can see the damage as well as the barrels that are coming in.
Yeah, now it's 6-4 now. The top lane fight is interesting. Esmeralda is really good at getting away, so they have to do something about that thing. So.
I do agree on towards the battle points here, but we can see the side of Team Arcane actually having the upper hands right now, and with that we can see Yokai just securing all those battles here because he is trying to secure all the objectives on his hands. But Fanny comes in with the big black dragon going on towards the backside, but the retribution will be coming in onto his Fanny, securing the turtle with the AOG connecting onto his April. But no, but once for now, because Yuzong goes in for the back line, these nuts dealing out a lot of damage, and 3M Joe still comes in trying to deal out a lot of damage, but Max will be the one taken down by these nuts damage, which is going to be way too high, and with that N3M will be taken down and Yokai would be the one securing, will be paying out the price now, and with that it is the side of Team Ascendria Echelon who will be dropping bodies but securing some objectives on their hands.
Securing the turtle really helped them out though. I really wasn't expecting Fanny to get the turtle, but she did. And it played out in their favor. That's amazing. Although I really want to see how Arcane goes against that.
Exactly, we are excited to see how the side of Team Arcane actually plays out here, but it is all about how the gameplay goes, because Max would be coming in trying to get in with the base in a bad position, right, taking down with the objective onto the bot lane. The first tier was taken down, and with that Max in a bad position, attractive first, catching him with the big black dragon farm being used up to be escaping right now, not able to perform really well, because like I mentioned, as the game progresses, Yuzong won't be able to do much, but with that the Landshaker, the Brilliant Spider as well coming in with the raging slashes, following up, but not enough because Max will be the one taking down, but these nuts will be following down his grave because of the passive coming in from the Yuzong, but on towards the back line though. We can still see Alice sustaining a lot, but Nikali will be taken down by N3M, but he will be paying a price with a Lapu Lapu drop down. Esmeralda still taking up a lot of damage, but the double kill following in, N3M secures the kill. Yokai just trying to snatch up those kills, but not enough because Yokai would be forced to be backing off by Dracoon.
That was quite a brutal battle.
Exactly. The ruthless battle that are being played out from both of them is way too, engageful right now, and the way that they play out their roles is really interesting. But like I mentioned, the way that they need to play out is going to be on towards the passive side, because they are at the objective, they are at the turret base, lead here, and the way they are playing out should be really interesting as well. But Nikali in a bad position comes in. With that we can see the April just forcing out the AOG, and with that AOG not there, the team fight can be coming in, but Starfall Knight comes in with the blood wings onto the backside, not enough though because the mountain choker on towards none for now, and with that it is going to be the Hitake just soaking up a lot of damage, reading slashes forced to be backing off, and with that the blood wings catching through people, but not enough for now because it is going to be the Lapu Lapu forcing the prize here, and it is still the April who will be securing these nerds. And with that the side of Team Ascendria Echelon are crumbling apart because April was way too behind, was way too deep, and no one is there for the 8 though, but the Cyclone Eye will be saving our April's life, and the shield just coming in from Esmeralda is way too high though.
Exactly. Esmeralda is really good at getting away. That's what I've been noticing the whole match though. They perhaps should focus on catching up to Esmeralda, but their team sync, both teams are working really well. It seems Esmeralda has to have upper hand though with the escape, so they must learn how to counter that maybe. But both teams are doing really well.
I do agree, but before that, on to the backline, we can also see the AOD catching one people, but not enough for now, because Nikali will be letting April skip, double Black Dragon farm used up, forcing to be backing off right now, and with that, we can see the face just using up a lot of damages, a lot of sustainability on his hands with Max, not going to be good, not letting himself go down that easily though, with the land shake on towards that, and with that, he is still going in with the raging slashes, not enough damage coming in from him though, which is not going to be on a good side. With that, the Lord will be secured on the hands of Team Arcane, and the comeback potential is actually coming in though. But the side of Team Arcane, they still want to come in for the fight, but no, it's going to be Ascendria Echelon coming in with the 5 people, but not enough for now, because it is Esmeralda just sustaining a lot more than she can just even flex right now, but she will be dropped to below half HP, and Max will be isolated from his team, and he will be punished for that. He will be dropped down his grave, just picked him off the team fight and just dropped him down his grave. And he coming in with the steel cable, trying to deal that damage. AOG catching 2 people, forced to be flickering out on towards Lapu still might be coming in, but it is going to be Nikali who will be taken down with double kill, following up on towards Raccoon, and Hatake still securing the kill, but not enough though. He will not be paying the price right now, because the shutdown finally comes in on towards Esmeralda. 3 people down for 2 people, the 3-for-2 trade already coming in, a really interesting battle from both the teams here, and with that, we can see the side of Team Ascendria Echelon making up a comeback here, while the side of the Arcane are crumbling apart.
Exactly. That seemed like a good turret dive, but it didn't play out in their favor, and they had to go for a negative trade.
Exactly.
And they successfully defended Lord.
Yep, they did definitely take over the Lord, and with that, we might be seeing like an interesting turnover now. The turnover would be actually coming in, and like I was mentioning, that the battles that need to be played out is something which we need to actually watch out for as well, because they need to be playing out those cards really wisely. But before that, though, the battle is on towards the mid lane. Fanny will be taken down finally, and with that, the comeback is actually coming in from the side of Team Ascendria Echelon. Instead, the Black Dragon on towards people can use up with the 3 people also, but it is going to be the 2 people connected, and these nuts will be taken down right before the team fight starts here. AOG coming in, catching 2 people. Hitake will be forced to be backing off. Nikali still trying to deal out a lot of damage. Landshaker as well pops up on towards with the passive coming in with the Alice, though not enough, and with that Max in a bad position will be taken down, but no, he still survives the taunt coming in, but not enough. Esmeralda still wants to go in for the chase though, but it's not a good chase that you want to catch out for, and with that we can see April just trying to deal out a lot of damage, but N3M will be securing the major objective that he needs to go in for, and with that the damage coming in from M3 and N3M was way too much, and with that the Esmeralda finally dropped down inside of Team Ascendria Echelon is making a comeback. Yokai though was hiding in the bush, but he will be punishing April just coming in and forced to be flickering it out, burn a major resource burn from the side of Team Ascendria Echelon here.
Yeah, Echelon is doing a great comeback right now.
Exactly, and like we were mentioning though, the fight is actually really intense, and the way that they are playing off is what we say like a holding game that is coming in from both the teams here, because we can still see Raccoon hasn't died even once, even though he has 3011 KD and his team is dying left and right, while our N3M as well is on towards the batting against that Novaria. So yeah, we can say that the side of Team Ascendria Echelon is not holding back. Their major damage dealers are still standing stiff there, they're standing firm without any issues on their hands, and with that we can see the side of Team Yokai is dealing out those major damages that they need to be making out, and with that it is going to be the Lord that will be proceeding in with, and before that the Lord fight would be arising, because it is going to be Nikali dealing out a lot of not dealing but zoning out a lot from the side of Team Ascendria Echelon, and the Esmeralda is chasing down the Hilda rather than going for the team fight, which is not going to be that major of an issue, because she can just come back for the team fight without any major losses, and with that the AOG misses out a really important resource already burned down right before the team fight, but there was a blood coming in, because it is going to be the blood being thrown to the backside, catching 3 people, a lot of damage coming in, and 3M finally shut down from our Esmeralda. A major damage dealer was taken down, and with that Max would be coming in, trying to deal out enough damage so that he can sustain. He will be, but not in for long, because he is forced down and he might be taken down, and with that Esmeralda comes in trying to deal out the final blows, but the passive finally comes in for Yuzong, saving his life, and he will be surviving. He will be running back, and with that the side of Team Arcane, they are making up a comeback here once again.
Yeah, I did see I did see YSS lose out on a good ultimate by using it on Alice. Perhaps it could be used on the switchier heroes, but it did push them back. It did push them back.
It did push them back, which is really interesting at the same time a really bad decision. But with that, the AOG comes in, not a good sign for Arcane. He will be taken down, but before that, it is going to be the Bloodwings who will be taking down Max as well. And with that, the Exquisite J finally comes in, and 3M secures the kill on towards Hitake. It is the Esmeralda on towards the dancing Lucina side, but not enough for now. And with that, the Lord is marching from the bot lane, and Yokai is actually trying to deal out just enough lane pressure so that the side of Team Arcane, not Arcane but Echelon, just crumbles apart. And with that, the Esmeralda trying to just soak up a lot of damage, but knowing that Lapu Lapu can't just stall her out, she will be harassing the Lapu Lapu. And with that, we can see Lapu Lapu drop really low. And with that, the side of Team Arcane is coming in for a comeback, and we can already see a lot of resources going down from the side of Team Ascendria Echelon, which is not a good sign. But yeah, the Lord will be coming in, and the Lord fight would be a major one like we were talking about. But before that, the towards the mid lane, the attraction bulls comes in, Fanny with the steel cables, just trying to deal enough damage, but not enough because Max is soaking up a lot of damage, and the blue buff is not going to be dealing enough magical mana restoration, which everyone wants to see. But yeah, with this sadly Apocalypse, I will have to take my leave on the mid casting here. It was a really important work that I need to take off for. But now it is going to be Yui who would be taking over with this matches, so be sure to be having a glad time with him. So bye bye guys, it's your Uncle Jeff who would be sadly forced to be signing off for now due to some urgent works. Bye bye.
Goodbye, Jeff. You're leaving it to the newbie, but no problem. I will try my best, though. Alright. Now I'm taking over the mic. Oh, please excuse my incompetence, guys. I'm quite a new one here, and I haven't caught up to the meta in a good while, but I'll be trying my best. And now, let's see what they're up to. Alright. I did see them. I did see Yokai use the aggressive pressure because they were distracted with the Lord defense.
Hello, this is Yui here. I am taking over Jeff.
Oh, welcome Yui. Thank you for coming in.
So let's move on to the battlefield. So Alice, so we see team.
Echelon's doing really well now in defending. Okay, that was a wise result, but it didn't. It might have gone to waste though. It did reveal their positions, but it didn't come in handy. Perhaps they could have ganked Fanny, but oh well.
Right now they are trying to make the game pause and trying to get some advantage. We see the Fanny getting ganked on the mid lane by Yuzong and YSS. Esmeralda coming for a follow-up with the Gato Kacha with the taunt. Esmeralda going in with the AOG. YSS getting back. Esmeralda getting killed. Esmeralda backing down while Yuzong goes onto the backline and dies towards the Kemmi. And now the blue side is taking the Lord while Hilda is on the bot side.
Oh, it might be a successful Lord trade for Arcane this time though, because Echelon faced a really bad negative trade right now.
So we see a pause, a technical issue, I guess.
Yeah. So while we're at a pause, what do you think about why is getting ganked right now? Do you think it could be avoidable? Perhaps not.
No, it couldn't be avoidable because in the mid lane there was a gank from YZ and YSS, if I remember correctly, on the Fanny, and to follow up that, the Esmeralda went in with the Gato Kacha and caught the YSS. And Esmeralda took down the YSS while the Yuzong got taken out by the Kimi.
Yeah, it was quite unfortunate that you caught their core jungler, and now it'll be like a really successful Lord deal. Well, let's see how they defend this time. They have been defending Lord since the starting of the match. Is that right? So
yeah,
let's see how they defend
match
this
from
time now.
YouTube. So yeah, the Fanny was quite aggressive at the start.
Oh,
And now
they are really, really aggressive.
And now the red side is coming with a comeback right now. So let's see what happens right here. And I can see in the mini-map right now, the Esmeralda is quite low and the Hilda is going towards her only. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. It seems we have quite the big technical issue. I'm sure they will fix it really quickly.
So brother, what do you think about which team will win it?
Since you asked me, I can't really, I have to stay neutral, you know, as a caster, but I do believe the blue side is going really aggressive and strong right now, but both of them are battling really, really well. I do believe Echelon can do well. They are getting pushed back, and Arcane is taking all the loss, but they are defending just as well. And it's going punch to punch right now. It's 18-18 KDA. Although Echelon is getting pushed back with the objective, but let's see, it could be like a one go to the base if they win like the 5v5 battle. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, we see the Esmeralda clearing the side lanes while everyone is on the mid, while the Lord marches down from the top lane. I guess the lanes are not quite that synced. The Fanny goes in with her steel cables, YSS dodges that with the YZ. Esmeralda charging in, trying to get those spells out or trying to bait some skills.
Oh,
Alice goes in. There's the ult from Novaria. Why?
Oh.
Fanny with those steel cables goes to the Novaria. Novaria gets saved. Yuzong goes to the back line. AOG by Gato Kacha. And
oh, looks like Arcane is gonna win this one. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for Echelon. Oh, Yuzong survived. That's great. Oh, now it's turning over. Echelon got the kills right now. They successfully defended. I've been watching them successfully defend though. Arcane has been good at getting a loss, but Echelon, they're doing great. They're doing great defending. It's a punch for punch battle though. Like you really can't tell who's gonna come out on top.
It's quite bad for the blue side.
It's true. But they don't have the minions to fight back. Like look at the base. The base is like really, really down. It does look like Arcane is losing, but objective-wise, it's quite a tough call, and Echelon needs to push back.
Yeah. As we can see, the Fanny is putting quite a pressure on the map for that. If you are seeing it correctly, the Fanny is clearing waves. While there was a team fight going on, she was pushing the bot side and took the bot side in over to turret.
Yeah, exactly. They should be doing more of that. They could take... I believe Echelon could take the bottom lane turret, but Arcane is really, really aggressive this match. They're really aggressive this match. So I really hope YSS can do like a really, really good counter attack to their aggressiveness.
We see a crash in the blue buff side. Gato Kacha gets picked off. YZ going to the backline towards the Kimi. Petrified being used. Esmeralda and Alice saving the Kimi. YZ getting trapped. YZ doesn't get trapped. Hilda and Alice going for the Hilda.
Yeah, Echelon has the upper hand now because Arcane lost 2 members of theirs. And it's a 5v3 battle right now. Oh, perhaps not.
Whoa.
Perhaps yes. No.
I guess the Sky Piercer should have worked right there in favor for the Alice. Because everyone was in 1 HP.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it didn't, and all of them survived. It's not looking that good.
Hilda gets trapped in by Alice and Esmeralda, but gets saved by the Lapu, and they are trying to disengage. Esmeralda goes in once again. Lapu also disengages. We see the Fanny and the Gato Kacha are up now. For the Fanny goes into the YZ, AOG being used up by Gato. Esmeralda just zoning out the Y assist.
That's right.
So I think it's an easy lot for the blue side once again.
Yeah. It's Echelon shouldn't have let Yuzhong fall so deep into it, but Yuzhong should have fought a bit more safer. But let's see how it turns out, because Yuzhong will be back in 30 seconds. So I do hope they can defend Lord in time. They have been defending Lord since the starting of the match, right? It's been for like 4 Lords right now.
To be honest, the Alice and Esmeralda right now, when there was 2 men down from the blue side, the Fanny and the Gato Kacha, the Alice and the Esmeralda did the work quite well, zoning out the enemy, dishing some damages, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
And for the red side, they couldn't just melt down the Esmeralda till now. The game is on the 24th minute mark.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Esmeralda has been getting away with dishing out damage and being like a sustained runner since the starting of the match. It's a really good counter pick for them. But hey, both of them are going pound for pound this match. Oh, it's such an intense battle right now at the base. They have Lord on the side. Oh no, Echelon is on a tough phase right now.
Fanny with the jumps on Novaria. Novaria gets saved. Alice onto the Novaria, and the blue side takes the win.
Blue side takes the win.
So we are going in for the round 3.
Victory!
That was an amazing victory. It was an intense match. It was quite equal, but you gotta remember, Mobile Legends is about objectives and not kills. And if you get the objectives, you might slowly win. But let's see.
The real highlight of this match should have been the Esmeralda not backing down, always zoning out the enemies, the wisest zoning out, the best zone I've ever seen right now. From the Alice also going into the Lord like 4-man. Into the 4-man and just getting them low onto the Lord. That was a play right there which secured the victory for the blue side.
Exactly.
So now let's see the damage dealt and the tankiness of the teams if we can. Oh, so as we can see, the Fanny just pushed, like I told you, the macro plays by the Fanny. Early game aggressive, late game a split pusher.
Exactly. All of them worked really well. And it was quite a close battle. Let's be honest. Both teams did really well. But I gotta say though, I gotta hand out to Esmeralda. She was really dominating this time around. And she did really well. But both teams tried their hardest and it was a really close battle.
So, brother, do you think in the next match, are we going to see the same golden flex fighter picks or marksmen? Because the red side needed marksmen right now to melt the Alice and the Esmeralda.
Exactly. It is quite unpredictable right now. See, the first match, it was on Echelon's favor, and this time it was on Arcane's favor. So it's quite the tough call now because Arcane did learn from the mistake. And both synced really well this time around. So it's really hard to say who will win. It's a really equal team.
Yeah. So now let's take a short break for 2 minutes.
All right, guys, this is Apocalypse.
This is Yui.
And we'll be taking a short break now. We'll catch you guys soon.
バンバンバンと覚めるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく
通るきらめき愛で守りたいの
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星
瞬く BPM 想像もできない
パーティーが始まるバンバンバン空に打ち上げようシンガーソングその声聞かせて一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう何度だってこの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンベンもっと星屑インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょみんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おうベンベンベン重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズムその声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンベンバンバンバン重なるハーモニー
Hello everyone, welcome back to the third match of the Octavian Arena. I'm here, Yui, taking over Jeff because Jeff had work to do. And I'm here casting with you all, so please bear with me. This is the second time I'm casting here on the tournament. So yeah, let's see what happens. And let's see what the Team Echelon and Team Arcane has in store for us. So now let's move on to the draft. Oh, so we see a prior ban, a Zushin from the blue team, and a CC, a meta ban from the red side as well. As for the Zushin, she is just a priority ban from the TLPH also, if I remember correctly. So now we see another ban. A Lancelot ban. If you know correctly, Lancelot just dashes into the backline, takes on the kill, steals objective. So a quite good ban from the blue side, as I can see. So let's see what the red side has in store for us to ban, or are they going to ban something which are good? Oh, a Grok ban. A Grok with a tectonic charge and a wall. He's a menace. Hello, Apocalypse, are you there?
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Apocalypse is back. I'm sorry for the delay. It took me a while, but now I'm here. So the band state is looking good.
So what do you think about the bans?
I will say the green go is the Zushin band, because going against Zushin, it's really annoying because she's really controlling and she can just get out of all sticky situations with her ultimate, right? So banning Zushin is really
Mid-trio
good.
ban. Like I said, the mid-trio ban, the blue side bans the Kime as well. As you know, due to the Fighter Gold meta, Kime is on the rise. And if you know correctly, Sans played the Kime against Alter Ego today.
Your team is picking.
Yeah, exactly. And Grog ban, Grog needs to be banned really badly right now due to the current meta. He's really strong with his walls and his TC especially. So smart ban
Yeah, the
from both
rock
sides.
ban. He with the tectonic charge, the walls which are mainly annoying, zoning out the enemies, not letting go in for the objectives, and things like that. And then we see a Baxia ban. Baxia with
Exactly.
his kit just stops healing, and Baxia is such a good hero to pick off enemies, if I remember correctly. The 1 second stun, that's all you need to take out a squishy hero. And in the early game also, you can take out a tank as well.
Your team is picking.
That's true. Oh, and they have a Fredrin pick. Now let's see how it turns out. They will need like a tank melter right now. So perhaps a carry pick, maybe?
Of iron, bones of steel.
A fettering ban for the blue side. So I think they are trying to go for a mid lane carry or a gold lane carry, I guess. A Granza or a Harrod. Or on the mid lane with the
perhaps.
Luna.
A Lunox
And-
would be really strong right here.
And the red side is going with the ABCDs with the Gadokacha.
Haha, that's right.
Your
Alice and Gyro
You can
Catcher,
never
that's
go
a
wrong
strong
with the
combo.
Gadokacha on your team.
death.
Exactly. They're playing the Gyro Catcher and Alice combo again, which worked really well against YSS the last match. So let's see how it turns out this time around.
Yeah, the Alice. So will the blue side pick some bursts to burst down the Alice, or are they gonna not learn from their mistake? Super Draco, is he going to go for the Novaria once again in the third round as well? Or is he gonna go for something new?
Let's see.
Because the Lunox right now is looking good because she can survive, tank, and kill.
Oh, perhaps not. Oh, so they are going for the
no,
steel
it's
combo
an
right now.
Angela.
The Angela Esmeralda combo is really, really strong, and we just saw how where Esmeralda is in poking damage and getting away from the sticky situation.
Well, having Angela as your roam, this Angela can go to the roam or towards the mid, but having her as a roamer gets the vision of the team quite low, to be honest, on the early stages of the matches.
That's true. But if they do get into the team fight, Angela can provide really, really strong for Esmeralda or even Fredrin, helping him sustain the turtle fight.
So the red side goes with a counter pick for the Xborg, which
Exactly,
works quite
exactly.
good with his true damage, magic damage, and physical damage.
Your team is
all that
banned.
That's true. The true dam is going to prove really strong against Fredrin.
So we see the
1-1 ban
ban.
is really great. Yeah.
So we see the ban of 1-1 with her crossbow of tanks, getting her weakness points poked out quite well because the enemy team only has frontliners right now. So the 1-1 ban makes quite a good sense right now.
That's true. That's true.
They call me a hero.
Let's see what
Falling apart.
Echelon goes for the Wirefus ban. Let's see what Arcane goes for.
And join me.
Lunox ban.
Is banning.
I could see the Lunox ban coming. It would prove really strong against Xfog.
Well, banning out the YSS because YSS ult is such a good ult. You can get the possessions of the enemies, and from the previous match, we can see that while YSS ulted, they got the vision in the map and they coordinated quite well, and the game went on to the 27th minute mark.
That's true. That's true.
And for
And
the
YSS could
Lunox
pin
ban,
down.
it makes a lot kind of sense. Like I said on the 1-1, enemy only has frontliners, and taking out the Lunox makes sense because Lunox has such great damage.
Your team is picking.
Exactly. Arcane has a lot of the 3 picks of Arcane, they're all tanky sustain. So
Only love.
perhaps banning,
Your team is
perhaps not picking Lunox against them might prove tricky, but Esmeralda can prove really strong against them. And now we see a
Team
Sicilian pick.
Arcane is going. So Team Arcane is going for a late game pick, I guess, because of the Sicilian. And the Alice also spikes up on the late game. So for Team Arcane, I don't see a early game hero for them. And for the Team Echelon,
Experience.
there are only early game heroes like the Esmeralda. And there they go lock in the Granza as well, an early game hero.
Exactly. Xbox and Karukasu will have to hold out till Sicilian and Alice can hold each of their own.
Sand rises when I give the
Your
word.
team
So we see April taking in the Khalid. As you know, Khalid is such a good hero because he can rotate, he can poke, and he has a great ultimate to escape from the ganks or to gank.
Exactly. Let's see what the jungler pick is. Because the core pick is going to decide it all.
Sir, what's your command?
So once again,
Fanny.
we see the Fanny pick from Team Arcane.
That's
So
true.
for now the early game, it's only the Fanny and the Xbox. The Kato Kacha is just there to tank till the Alice tanks and the Sicilian gets his damage. So which team's draft do you like, Apocalypse?
It really depends. If Fredrin can catch Fanny in a third skill, then it might change the game. But if Fredrin doesn't, Fanny might get a lot of chip damage in, especially on Granger and Angela. So let's see how the match goes, because I'm really excited. So it's a one-on-one scale right now, and it's a tiebreaker right now. So this is the final deciding on who will progress further and who will be leaving the tournament. The stakes are high.
Yeah, the blue side has a comp which stays on the early game, which depends on the snowball, while the red side has the late game composition, holding with Fanny, Sicilian, Alice, Xbox, and Cutout Kacha.
All troops
So we see the jungle is
Exactly.
starting with their blue buff.
Yeah, it seems both will be rotating to their different lanes. Fanny and the Arcane team will be rotating to the EXP lane, and Echelon will be going to the gold lane. So it's going to
For
be an
the
interesting
Fanny, it's
scene
not
again.
quite sure because of a steel cables where she would be rotating, because she is a question mark. For the Fedrin, is of course going for the gold lane, but there is an Xbox on the gold lane, so I think he should have rotated to the EXP lane, prioritizing the EXP and getting the Esmeralda quite chunky. Also, we see the
That's
gank on the
right.
mid lane in Sicilian just hitting, poking
Doesn't
some
go away.
damage, getting
Oh.
the regen out from the Khalid. Fanny stealing
Exactly.
the green creeps from Fedrin, not get him to level 4. Crash in the mid lane.
That was a successful steal. It'll be hindering Fredrin's farming for the early game a bit. This will take him a lot of time to reach level 4.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Fanny. Fanny can just go in, steal your small green creeps and just go out. That's what I like
Exactly.
about Fanny.
And this is going to set
Esmeralda
Fredrin back
and
because
Alice are having a crash right now in the top side, while Khalid is trying to get vision on the hyper. Where is she? Because getting the vision on Fanny is quite an important thing right now in the early stages of this game, because Fanny is the only one to hold the team.
exactly.
As in the Lord, the first turtle spawn in the Land of Dawn. We
Yes,
see the
let's-
Esmeralda reaches level 4 right now, while Katokacha. Sicilian also got his level. Is it a steal? Yeah, it's a
Oh.
steal by Fanny.
Arcane has
Just
successfully got Lord.
secured by
But
the Angela.
oh, and the escape. Khalid successfully escaped the low HP. That's great.
With quite a disciplined gameplay from the blue side, as we can see, because They could have gone in for some kills, but they were like, no, let's just back down. We got Fanny, they're hyper, so let's keep the pace of the game quite low.
That's true. It was a stake on stake. Arcane got the turtle, but Echelon got the first blood. So again, this is going for pound again, because both team equal right now, and both have incredible team strength. And Alice is putting up a good fight against Esmeralda this time around, because last match, Esmeralda was really dominating. So this time, they have taken good countermeasures.
Yeah, learning from your mistakes is the thing that you have to do from the best of 3 matches. So we see a gank towards the Esmeralda. The Esmeralda is not getting out from this situation. Oh, she gets out from this situation, but Khalid gets caught up.
Well, it's amazing how sustainable.
No, Khalid is gonna die, but the Esmeralda is still up. Fedrin goes in. Esmeralda Zoila down. A flicker towards the Fedrin by Xbox. Xbox takes down the Fedrin. Granza just getting the gold plate from the bot lane right now, getting some macro advantage, while the Esmeralda keeps them busy in the mid lane. Khalid and Esmeralda doing a great job zoning out the enemy, while their Granza just gets some gold plate. Alice just goes in. Is she gonna get melted by Granza? No, it's not that much. Oh, we see Esmeralda quite zoning there, the Fanny and her blue buff. Are they going to try to steal her blue buff? That's the question. Is Fedling gonna go for the blue buff? Oh, we see an AOG towards Khalid. Oh, and the Granza getting marked by the Alice. Granza gets saved.
Oh, that was a close save. Oh, Granza got the kill on Garou Cutter.
Now Fanny comes in with her blue buff. Is she gonna go in or not? She doesn't go in. There is no AOG for the Gato Kacha, and he's up now.
Exactly.
As you can see from the red side, they just know how to zone out the enemy, and there goes the Khalid down. Fanny with the steel cables. Fedrin with his ultimate taking down the Alice. Granza getting his second Skypius stack, while Esmeralda just going in and taking out their Sicilian, not letting him spike up towards the late game, making his farm delayed, while the blue side takes on the turtle with no contest.
Exactly.
So now we see Gato Kacha getting caught up. But he uses AOG to get out. Fanny with his steel cables trying to engage and get some skills baited out. Everyone focusing on the mid lane. Right now, Granza trying to melt down the Alice. Fanny with the steel cables. Alice with her ultimate. Fedrin also pops up his ultimate, but not Sicilian gets caught up. No, the Sicilian. Bruh, you have to stay back. You are the only host for the team. And finally, the Esmeralda getting punished by the Xborg. As I've told you in the draft, Xborg will punish them because they have only frontliners right now.
That's true. Xborg is working well against them, but both seem to have like the same kill count and almost the same goal as well. And I gotta say, Arcane is really good at taking out the backliners. And that was a close stay for Grandeur. Oh, super close for Grandeur. Oh, Garou Kacha with his healing and passive. Oh, will Fredrin get the kill? Oh, Fredrin got the kill. And with that, with the Angela ult, he'll be surviving the Xborg ultimate. Will Fredrin make it?
Granza so getting marked down by the Fanny. Fanny gets killed by the Granza. A reverse outplay by the Granza. Alice goes in to secure the Granza kill. Is Granza going to survive? Is Granza going to survive? Oh, the Granza survives with the Angela ult. Will the Sicilian be able to defend the mid? Sicilian getting melted down by the Esmeralda and the Fedrin. veteran. Oh, the veteran goes down, gets punished by the Sicilian. The farm the Sicilian needed. One kill. Gato with an AOG. Is Sicilian gonna get the kill? Fanny goes in with her steel cables, gets the kill on the Esmeralda.
Garo
So,
considered a
what do you
really
think
smart
about
lockdown on
the
us.
gank right now?
I thought Garo considered a really smart lockdown on Esmeralda. Esmeralda was really locked between them, between their enemy
Yeah,
red buff.
Esmeralda was really locked between them.
Yeah.
But the Sicilian just took too much time to kill the Esmeralda, so the Fanny had to go in. So now we see a crash at the top lane. Granza getting his stacks. So can we see the itemization right now for the teams? Fanny getting her macro. Oh, so Granza has gotten his Sky Piercer, Hunter Strike, and the Malefic Roll. Well, for the enemy side, the Xbox is with a Sky Piercer and the War Axe.
And they will
see
be
a
needing
gank in the
Garo
mid lane.
Kacha's dominant size.
Yeah, the Gato Kacha with the dominance eyes to counter out the Esmeralda's heals and the Angela's heals also. So the first slot we see in the Granza is just trying to get some HP down. Gato Kacha gets punished by the Granza. I think it's the 40 or 30 stacks on the Granza Sky Piercer. Esmeralda, as you can see, doing a quite good job zoning out the enemies. Literally, he zoned out the Alice and the X-Borg. Like, those are your frontliners. Why are you guys getting zoned out by Esmeralda? Granza just poking out some damage. In the top lane, we see a macro plays by Fanny trying to push, get some macro plays out there. Fanny gets caught up by the veteran and the Khalid. Fanny is now dead.
That's unfortunate for Arcane that Fanny got cut down. I thought she would actually successfully recall, but they were diligent about that. And they got Fanny. Fanny could prove strong against them because Fanny has got Malefic Roar, which is really needed against these tanky guys. But since they have Daryl Kacha with his anti-heal, maybe they can defend. Because Echelon is really aggressive this time around.
Yeah, for the team Arcane, it's quite not looking good for them. Sicilian with his 180 stacks only, while the Granza is just snowballing. Like I've said earlier, if this team gets their snowball in the early game, and the Granza is about to hit level 15 also, if we can see the Granza Sky Piercer stack, it would be quite good. Oh, the Granza is in 60 Sky Piercer stack. All his kills are done with the Sky Piercer. Is Esmeralda gonna get punished by the Xbox? No, she's not gonna get
Exactly. They really need to track down on Granger right now because Granger can just easily farm some kills right now. Yeah.
Granza
And
with the Sky Piercer takes down the wave. Is he gonna get the Sicilian? Sicilian pops out his flicker and dashes out.
Oh, let's see. Is heading to the base battle right now.
Will and the Sicilian gets saved once more. The Khalid popped his ult, got the Sicilian, but they couldn't just pick up the Sicilian. Alice pops out her ult as a final effort, as well as the X-Borg. Fanny goes in with a cutthroat combo with her steel cables, doesn't do anything because of the Angela's heal.
Angela is really helping Echelon stay right near the base with their heal. Otherwise, they will be forced to push back. But Angela is healing them, and Arcane is being pushed back with low health again and again to the base. So let's see how Arcane acts against that now, because Lord is going to spawn soon. So it's going to be a Lord battle now, or is it?
I think they're gonna leave this Lord as a free Lord and just gonna push a lane like Fanny is doing right now. They are leaving this Lord. They are leaving this Lord and they are just gonna give it free towards Team Echelon.
Exactly.
Fanny missing
Oh.
a steel cables. Brother, you cannot miss your steel cables right now.
Oh, you gotta understand the pressure they're in, right? Oof, there must
Yeah.
be in a lot of pressure. Both teams are going hand to hand. But let's see how it plays out. I hope they can defend well. Because this is the
We see
tiebreaker, the deciding
Brands
match.
are trying to lane sync the bot side while the Lord marches on towards the mid. Quite a not good lane sync from Team Echelon. We see the Pedrin going in, taunting the Alice and Xbox. Xbox backing down. The AOG connects to 4 people. Esmeralda has to back down right now. Fanny goes in with her steel cables. Doesn't do the hot combo.
It was quite the equal battle, but Echelon lost a member. Let's see how they can go. 5-on-4.
Well, Team Arcane is quite good at defending.
Exactly. Angela is
Like
really,
I said,
really
they
pushing them.
didn't contest a lot, but they just focused on pushing one lane, getting the macro. And
That's
they did.
true. Oh, you were right. They were really good at defending because they did get a positive trade this time around.
Yeah, there is a positive trade for them. Because their team is just in for the late game and the 15 mark is about to get hit. And the Khalid, is he gonna get caught up by the Fanny and others? No, he's not gonna get caught up. He's just getting some visions. The Angela is right there with her ultimate to make him escape from a dire situation, while Esmeralda once more zoning out the enemies to get some gold from the minions. As you can see, the enemy team Echelon, is doing quite a good job at freezing some lanes. The only man, the Fanny, is getting gold because she is Fanny and she's dead. I think it's the master's curse that I just talk about Fanny and she's dead.
This is the caster's curse. It happened with my first match, so I think it's true. I just started and Yuzong had died. So I really believe the caster's curse is true. Let's not talk about that and not make it happen more.
Force onto the mid lane? Yeah, they're gonna force onto the mid lane. Alice with an urge to just clear the waves. Team Arcane are just using the ultimates to fight towards the late game. Xbox and Alice literally clearing waves only with their ultimate and backing down. They are not letting the enemies even push, even with the Lord.
It's a really, really aggressive fight because Echelon is being super aggressive, but Arcane can match their aggressiveness by defending really, really hard. So let's see how it turns out because objective-wise, Echelon is really far ahead with the turrets. But let's see how they defend because, again, if they can wipe out the team, they can go for one lane, one base. And they're waiting for the Lord again. They're waiting to defend. So let's see how it turns out because this is going to be a head-on battle. But Echelon is going to have Lord on the side. So let's see how it turns out.
Well, for the blue side, it's looking quite bad now. They have snowballed quite good from the early stages of the game, but now the Granzer will start to fall off because the late game has begun. And the Granzer, as you know, is the early to mid game hero. But the Granzer has a quite good stacks. He has 80 on his Sky Piercer. So let's see what goes on. So we see the Fanny getting, as I said, the 80 Sky Piercer is helping Granzer. If the enemies just get the Sky Piercer down towards the Granzer, it will be quite bad. We see a crash in the mid lane. Alice just trying to clear out the minions and the Lord, while Granzer just pokes the enemy down from the back line. Alice goes in, gets taunted by Pedrin. Esmeralda zones out the Sicilian, and the Sicilian's mana is low. Pedrin with the ult, Granzer pushing the top lane. Xbox also pops his ult, takes down Pedrin. Xbox gets his tag on his Sky Piercer as well. Esmeralda just trying to get some skills baited out once more. Granzer and Esmeralda with the Angela are backing down right now, getting the top and the mid lane inhibitor turret.
That's true. Arcane did a successful defense this time around, even with the Angela pressure.
So what do you think about the team fight which happened just now? The macro plays which the Granza did.
It was really smart of Arcane to actually just wait out the Lord and defend successfully, because they are on stable ground again. But they were near the base, so they could go back and come back to the fight. But since they have Angela,
we see
Kacha
Gato forced out to use the AOG. Sicilian picking up Sicilian and Fanny picking up Bloodwings and what was the other wing's name? I forgot the other wing's name. While the Granza and the Esmeralda gets the Twilight armor and Warax. Granza on the Warax because he needs the overall damage because the enemy team is tanky right now. And if you have noticed right now, the Alice and the Xbox have been quite tanky. Fanny gets ganked in by Fedrin and Khalid.
Is she gonna make it? Is she gonna make it?
Is she gonna make it?
Oh,
Yeah,
she made it.
No caster's curse this time around.
No caster's curse this time around.
So,
and
is Team Echelon gonna get this Lord for free this time or not? No, it's not a free Lord. They are contesting for this Lord.
Oh yes, Arcane is not sitting around this time.
Esmeralda getting caught up. Is she gonna get punished? She is not gonna get punished. It's
look
free
at
Lord
that
for Team Echelon.
That shield is massive.
The massive shield by Angela. Kato Kacha getting melted. Fanny with her cutthroat combo on the Granza. Granza with the Wind of Nature, denying Fanny that kill. Alice taking every damage there is. But the Sky Piercer form, the Granza does get the kill. Fanny just
get the kill in. Oh, is President gonna make it? The Sky Piercer is really helping.
Punished. The Lord pushes in towards the final crystal of the base. Are they gonna push?
Leon's damage.
It's the end of the game. And Team Echelon secures the victory and moves towards the semi-finals of Team Octavian Arena.
Congratulations to both the teams. Not just Echelon, but even Arcane for making it this far. And thanks to them, we got an amazing battle from both. It was quite a close match, but best of luck to both of them. And best of luck to Echelon for going up the boards.
So as we can see, the Granza took the MVP because Granza didn't get any shutdowns. So can we move on to the damage dealt and the other stats of the game?
You can see, like, Granza has no depth. That's amazing. That's amazing in a tournament. And look at his turret damage. My God.
Look at the Fanny's turret damage. It's literally only Fanny who pushed. So this is what I was saying to you. You need an to just burst down the tanky heroes.
Exactly.
I am a traditional player. Learn from their past mistakes. When they fought in the round 2 on the Esmeralda and the Alice, they really needed a marksman. They took a marksman. They won a match. Sticking to their comfort. Not going towards the meta. It was comfort over meta.
Exactly. I'm quite a traditional player, so I usually prefer having a marksman over 2 EXP laners. And see, it turned out well. It turned out well for Echelon. But Arcane did put up a good fight. They did put up a good fight. And I'm really happy I got to see both of them right now.
Yeah. So now let's move on to our next match, which is gonna be Team Metaru and Team Peak. Signing off here from the caster decks, UE and Apocalypse. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. This was my first match. I hope I really did well to entertain you guys. I did try my best. And I promise you guys, I will get better. And I really want to thank Yui for supporting me. And we both tried our hardest. So it was also like his second one and my first one, but we did try. And he did so well. And I did learn from him and Jeff a lot. So thank you guys for your time.
バンバンバンと重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう
宝物はいつもそばにキラキラと咲くその笑顔
五線譜のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおうバンバンバン重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズムその声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンだずっとキラリ透き通るきらめき愛で守りたいの
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星
瞬く BPM 想像もできない
パーティーが始まるバンバンバン空に打ち上げようシンガーソングその声聞かせて一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう何度だってどの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンラもっともっと星屑インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょみんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おうバンバンバン重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズムその声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンなバンバンバン重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう
宝物はいつもそばにキラキラと咲くその笑顔
五線譜のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおうバンバンバン重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム 光透き通るきらめき愛で守りたいの
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星
瞬く BPM 想像もできない
パーティーが始まるバンバンバン空に打ち上げようシンガーソングその声聞かせて一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう何度だってこの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンラもっともっと星屑インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょみんなそれぞれに
来年もきっと100年先も
一緒に歌おうベンベンベンと重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズムこの声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンなバンバンバンと重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう
宝物はいつもそばにキラキラと咲くその笑顔
五線譜のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおうベンベンベン重なるハーモニー天真な祝福のリズムこの声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンなずっとキラリ透き通るきらめき愛で守りたいの
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほしい
胸を張って深呼吸して見上げた空に光る星
瞬く BPM 想像もできない
パーティーが始まるバンバンバン空に打ち上げようシンガーソングその声聞かせて一年に一度大切なお祝いしよう何度だってこの場所で響くファンファレ歌おうよベンベンラもっともっと星屑インビテーションワクワクしちゃうでしょみんなそれぞれに
来年も
Hi guys, so this is your caster Zion signing in. So alongside with me we have Yui, and today we are going to witness another good match. So, whose side you are in, and what do you think who will win?
So for me, I have casted previously from Team Metaru, and I have seen them play quite a good pick-off game, taking the Hilda and Granza. They did a quite good job and picking off the enemies. So I have not casted for Team Peak, so I'm not familiar with their game. So let's see what happens. So Zion, I see a quite good smile on your face right now on your photo.
Yeah. Yes. Actually, just woke up. I don't know. It's my natural mood, actually.
Oh, you look quite handsome. I guess girls fall over for you.
Nah, baby. But thanks, anyways. You also. You do look good, actually. At least you are. At least you're a pick. Getting ready and all. And here am I. Just woke up and then just took a random pick. Because I had no good pick.
So now let's move on to the drafting phase and see what bans have Team Metaru and Team Peak has done.
Yeah.
Moving
for
on
sure.
to the drafting phase. So who do you think is gonna get banned as a prio band? Zion?
See, if you ask my experience, so if you check a Filipino draft and Indian drafts, it's quite similar. So I think CC will be pretty bad along with Angela because that's a deadly combo. So I think CC will surely get banned. But let's see. Depends on this strategy. Yeah, okay, they ban Zuxin.
So banning out the Zushin, as I said previously on the previous match of Team Arcane and Team Echelon, banning out the Zushin is quite a green flag because the Zushin right now just throwing out the enemies right here and there makes quite of a nuisance of her. And while ganking her, she can just blink out from her ultimate and flicker as well. So banning out the Zushin is quite a good play from Team Metaru.
Yeah, correct. And I think it's very good ban because even if you check any durable, say Gacho or whatever, like Bakshir Directory, if they are going for durable picks, then Zuxin will actually be troublesome here. So that's a good one. Okay, they banned Brock as well. Both teams have done a good banning there.
Yeah, the Grok ban, the Grok with his tectonic charge and the walls annoys the enemies too much. And you do not want a Grok in the enemy team because the Grok can cancel some ultimates as well with his tectonic charge and walls. So now we see a Lancelot ban.
That's a good, I think they are going for a smooth banning here. It's a common bans. But I don't think that Lancelot will be that much of a trouble if you actually have some damage and burst dealers alongside a durable tank. But yeah, let's see. Maybe they have some strategy going on.
Yeah, for the Lancelot is quite a good hero in this meta also because the teams are picking 2 EXP laners and the Lancelot can just dash in and take out the objective or get on to the back line and take out your mage or MM if they took an MM, that is. Because the fighter gold meta is up. So let's see, is it gonna be a gold laner taking on the gold lane or is it a flex pick on the gold lane?
Let's see, but as per my opinion, because even if they didn't ban Lance, and if the enemy team would pick Lance, they would have gone for Yushin or whatever. Because then they would have countered a neutralized pick. They would have banned Angela or something. Angela can be really dangerous if she's on the hands of
a good user and
yeah.
Right. And the Angela did get a buff and a CC reducing build is just too much OP as I have seen in the last match. So we see from the red team Peak, we see the ban of the Alice. As we have seen in the previous game, Alice can be a menace and a CC ban from team Peak because it's gonna be a good ban because a CC can be a flex ban.
Exactly. But they have banned Bakshia. I don't know what's going on their mind. But let's see what they are going to pick. Maybe they are
well for the
Bakshia to disturb their backline. They might go for okay, Kato. That's a good pick in the first land of John.
Yeah, for the Baxia band, a Baxia is quite a good hero because of his stun. He can just jump towards your backline, get them stunned, and your
Yeah,
marks EXP laner can just follow up and take out your marksman or a mage. So we see Gatokacha lock from Team Metaru. Getting a Gatokacha is quite good because Gatokacha is also a green flag like Zushin. And then the team pick locks in the Kemme and the Lapu Lapu, the meta picks.
extremely amazing picks from Red Team. They literally, taking durability as well as burst. Kimi can be really a problem in the early game as well. She can do a lot of damage. But they will definitely have a hard time. Blue team will definitely have a hard time in picking up the turtle and all.
Yeah, as we have seen, not today, but I was seeing MPL ID Stance picked Kimmy on the last round, and he went balls with
Yeah. Okay. Let's
sorry,
see. What they pick.
technical issue. My friend just came in
That's
and
okay. Oh, Yuzong. Okay. Okay. That's also an amazing pick. They're playing counter.
so we see the Black Dragon getting locked in with the Fedrin.
If you don't stop this dragon, the dragon will stop. It's really
Yeah, if you do
OG.
not stop this
Meta.
dragon from going into your back lanes and just getting his petrify third skill combo, it's gonna be a problem. Because a wise Yuzong user is just a great user.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually right. And he has burst as well as you. And with that great amount of heal, he can literally take a lot of damage and just give the same. And alongside with Fedrin, Team Red will have a tough time taking out these combos.
To be
Okay, they have
honest,
picked Hylos.
to be honest, the Hylos pick and the Kimme. If you know correctly, the Hylos with his ultimate and the Kimme is quite a bad combo right now for the team. Team Metarun.
Yeah. Yes. That's what.
So we see Team Peak banning Yves and Lunox.
Okay. That was some Lunox. Okay, so they are avoiding some burst damage. Maybe they want
So
to.
Team Metarun are giving out the YSF towards the enemy, banning out the Hayabusa. They do not want the enemy to jump in their back lines. But the fan is open right now. I think Team Metarun is gonna go for like a traditional marksman pick. Because seeing their
Yes.
lineup, they do need the damage. So I think they are going in for a traditional pick.
Yes, but as for the Hylos, I think because Yuzong can literally mark Kimmy and also Hylos do have an ult, but he can single target only one. If he is trying to stop Yuzong, then for sure that Fedrin will come in. If
So
they are
now we
strategizing
see
that
the
way.
team pick taking the Harith, while Team Metarun takes out the Granza and the Farsa combo with the Gatokacha as well. Right now, which team do you think has an advantage on the other? Zion?
I think this blue team definitely Metaru has an advantage early game as well because they have Farsa was burst damage. They have Yuzong, the king of EXP, and Fedrin's durable pick. So as of now, early to mid, I think this blue team is definitely taking it. And for the red team, they are literally struggling in draft. It seems because Kimi and Hylos doesn't make any combo. But if they want to slow down an enemy, if they want that, they don't want them to contest for turtle. But Hylos is not as good at zoning out as Khalid and other heroes. Let's see. So maybe they're strategizing something. Let's see what they're up to.
As for my take, Hylos and Kimmy have a good strategy. Well, Lucas is a question mark in my opinion because I wanted to see a Fanny, I will be honest. And right now,
Enemy reaches the battlefield.
Lucas is kind of a question mark in my opinion. So we see Team Metaru starting from the red side while Team Peak goes on to their blue side. So both of the teams are prioritizing the EXP lane as we see in PH servers and Indo servers.
Yeah, they're definitely going for the same. Yeah, there's a good lane cut from Kimi side. I should definitely rotate to EXP side. They don't want Yuzong to double sync. Just want him to be as far as he can.
So the EXP grab is being taken by Team Peak while there is a crash in the mid lane for the Liliot. Liliot gets secured by Peak as well, taking the advantage in early game, the macro advantage in the early game, getting the vision, securing your EXP lane with some good EXP. While in the gold lane, we see the traditional brawl with Granza and the Harriet, while Joseph is just there trying to sneak in a kill on the Harriet.
Yeah, definitely. They are trying to take out Harriet as soon as they can. But I think the rotation is definitely going to turtle lane. Kimmy, you can see, is there and he's trying to go there. And Lucas is already taking some creeps.
So we see a crash in the top lane. Right now, Lapu Lapu versus Yuzong. Yuzong getting his stacks and getting his life steal. While Team Peak once again prioritizing the EXP crab. We see a crash on the turtle side. Hylos getting low. It's quite bad for Team Peak that Hylos got so much low right now in this. While Farsa is getting ganked by Lucas. First bird gets secured by the Kimmy. So now they do not have the Farsa while Hylos gets in. Kimmy secures the turtle while Yuzong gets picked off. So what do you think about the fight just now?
Yeah, literally. I mean, Hylos, recalling, there was no need to Hylos to play that aggressive early because the turtle was just spawning, and then their team got advantage to take the turtle, and they fought one trade as well. So now they are.
So for the red team, the macro play was quite immaculate in my opinion. Their Hylos got low. They saw the enemy team going for the turtle while they saw the Fasa on the mid lane. Quite not level 4. So Lucas just went in for the Fasa. So now we see the crash on towards the Hylos once again. So the macro
you can see some flash in mid lane. Farsa used her ult. They're trying to zone, but no, Farsa is too far.
Yuzong got gapped by Lapu Lapu because of the EXP lane crab prioritization. We see a gank in towards the jungle. Pedrin's buff got stolen away.
Okay, they're literally trying to invade the buffs, and they almost succeeded to throw back some fight from blue team side. Metaru is trying to zone them out.
On the gold lane as well, Team Peak is winning every lanes in my opinion. But now we see Lucas getting...
Oh, Lucas off kill. Initiation from Yuzong's side. Lapu will get caught as... Yeah, he's trying to escape though, but he'll get caught. Yes, usually.
Hylos goes in with his ultimate. Kimmy also going in with the Hylos, and they go in for the turtle. Team Metaru going for the turtle as they see the Hylos and the Kimmy is on the top side.
Oh, it was a good steal.
Yeah, it was a good steal. Parrot with a Raman force going out. Lucas trying to punish the Gato, or is he gonna get punished? Gato with the AOG. Lucas secures the
Lucas
kill on the
got a kill.
Granza.
Okay, that was actually good. So what do you think as of now? This Metaru team is, is panicking or what? Because they had an advantage for Turtle. As you can say, the red team was taking fight from top to mid.
So for Team Metaru, I think there was a quite of a decision-making error in my opinion, because they could have secured the turtle quite easily. Because
Yes.
as you have seen, the veteran just went in for the taunt on the Lucas, which I get it. He just wanted to get the 100% secure on towards the turtle, but he didn't calculate in for the Harriet, and the Harriet did take the turtle.
Yeah, that was actually Cobb's decision. I'm just, it was strange because they literally an easy turtle. If you're giving, if you're giving the easy turtle, they will definitely go to station. And they're already winning. So I think then it will become easy. Oh, Lafu killed it. Definitely.
Well, the Lapu did get advantage in the early game because of the EXP crash prioritized by Team Peak. Team Peak has a nice map awareness and they know their ABCDs, the new metas, the rotation wise, and now they are trying to force in the top lane. On top lane?
I'm quite surprised. By this draft also. But yeah, the way they pick Lucas Red Trade, I thought there was some off drafting. But they're little justifying it. They're playing according to their drafts. They're playing very well.
Well, Lucas said comfort over metal, and we see Lucas trying to get the kill onto the Farsa using the picker, escaping while Harriet takes out the mid lane. On the mid lane we see a crash. Lucas gets punished. Harriet uses his Purify to just get out of the situation. So as in for the gold, gold lane side also, we can see the Harriet is conquering towards the Granza. The Harriet with his Zaman Force. Fedrin pops off his ult.
Fedrin for die. It was a very bad time to die. It was a turtle spawn. Harriet is actually zoning out. Harriet is giving a lot of damage and zoning out.
So can we see the itemizations for the teams? So we see the Yuzong going in trying to punish but gets punished instead. Lucas taking in the turtle while Harriet is taking the blue of Fedrin. Harriet taking the blue can be bad for Team Metaru. Metaru are in the backhand. So as we can see the itemization, the Harriet has got his CC reducing build for his Chronicle dashes.
Yeah. And do you think Skypacer's range is a good idea as of now? He didn't have that much kills. Do you think the stack will help or he should buy another action?
So for the Granza, right now, Granza is totally dependent on the Skypiercer. As a gold laner myself, I do not like Granza with the Skypiercer. I like him with an endless battle. But yeah, Granza really needs the Skypiercer to snowball in this meta. Because he's a hero who just pokes from a distance. But Harriet on the other side is the hero who just goes in, dashes and goes out.
Yeah, and that is true, but the point is like there was no early advantage to the inside. So going Skypacer the first might be not be a good decision for Team Blue. Okay, Lucas, okay, they got killed. Yuzong gets killed there. Good initiation from Kimi and Halos.
So this is what I was saying about the Kimi and the Hylos. Their composition goes quite well. Hylos with his ultimate and Kimi just goes in with the movement speed boost. While the enemies got the debuff of the movement speed.
Actually, they lost fights also. They don't have that much calm. Because if Yuzong is very, he can literally take off the back. He's a dragon for a reason. So just Kimi taking another kill. Oh, Kimi got a double kill there. Odin got killed, triple kill for Kimi. Yuzong also gets. It's one-sided. Seems like it.
Yeah, it's a one-sided for the teams. Team
A lot of
Peak
goal
have
difference.
the 10k goal difference right now, which just now turned into, yeah, it's only 10k goal difference,
Within-
which is quite bad for Team Metaru.
Yes, and within 9 minutes they have taken all the titles, even though they are literally, they know the.
ABCs.
That's commendable. Yeah, that's commendable from Peak side. Let's see if you can see come back once they get form.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they can take a mid to late game.
Well, for Team Metaru, they had the early game, but they didn't prioritize their EXP laner, the Yuzong. So that was their mistake. And for the gold lane side, there was zero rotation towards the gold lane as well. If you are not going to rotate towards the EXP, just prioritize the gold lane. I did see the Farsa go in for the gold lane in the earlier stages into the 1 minute mark, but there was no rotation. So I think Team Metaru has to work it out onto the second game, because the goal lead of 10k is quite bad, and the veteran goes down.
And you're so close to the competition, and yet you should know that prioritizing turtle is so bad. And Yuzong is 0-7. See, like, okay, they won. Good initiation.
Harris with the Zaman force. It's
Okay,
just a easy one-sided match for Team Peak. So now,
it wasn't some unsatisfied match, but I was hoping for some good comebacks, good fights. But it is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. I had seen Team Metaru play quite nice because I have hosted their match with Champs of Nagas, if I remember correctly. They had a nice pick-off gameplay there with the Hilda and the Granzer, but right now it's not working in it for them. So as we see the damage was given mostly by Lucas, the question mark pick in our opinion, but he did prove us casters wrong that Lucas will work in this meta. Comfort over
He proved
meta.
us. He proved us that skill matters. Right there.
If you are skilled
The
enough,
way he's
you can use the hero.
Yeah, but actually the way he was zoning out, taking turtle, proper retreat timing, it was all fabulous.
Well, the Harith as well. Harith, being a gold laner, was zoning enemies out with his Zaman force.
That's true.
So-
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised. It had to zoning out them, making them slow, giving a lot of damages. It makes the job easier for their roam, their EXP.
Yeah,
I
the
think that
roamer
was
to just
quite
mark the enemy's hyper or get a pick off on the enemy mages or on the EXP. So let's see what happens in round 2. Is it going to be one-sided for Team Pick or Team Metaru gonna go for the ABCs and go prioritize the EXP crab or not?
Let's see that. I think they should prioritize because they're very close. And now if they're doing this kind of mistakes, it can cause them. And it had caused them actually. If you see first match, they lost.
Yeah,
If you
it
give
did
Churchill
cost them the first match. So now we move in straightly towards the second match.
If you are giving a trade, also along with that's a huge loss. Anyways, let's move to draft. Alice, they ban.
Will it grant immortality
What do you think about this ban?
or death?
Banning out the Alice is quite good because the Alice mid to late game is quite bad with her sustain build, getting out the ultimate, going on towards the backlines with her first skill. She is a menace.
Welcome to Grok's castle, tiny friend.
They have a good bans. Rock is a usually common ban. Let's see. Okay, they're banning Zucian.
So it's as
Okay,
the first stages of the ban. This Lucian, Grok, and the CC. Only the exception being the Alice.
Yeah, best to say. Let's see what's in there, man.
So what do you think they are going to prioritize team pick on the first pick?
I
Because
think usually like Kimi, because
Thor's
Kimi
remain
literally gave
should petals
insane amount
fall.
as per my opinion.
yeah, the Kimi did secure the triple kill. So are they going to
Yes.
stick towards the Kimi or they going to take the Lapu Lapu?
Rocks need no protection.
I think Kimi because it is a good, actually a good pick. She's literally a balanced pick. Lapu can have counters. Sunarla can counter. Or maybe if they're going for flex pick, they can pick Lapu. Depends on the strategy though.
Lessons need to be
Okay, see, as usual, they pick Kimi. Their favorite hero, it seems. What do you think? What
Yeah,
will
the-
Red team? What will
This
Metaru
land
think?
is a
Okay,
whole
Lapu.
Oh, Metaru did steal the Lapu Lapu from the enemy team. So to counteract the Lapu Lapu, the team peak can just go in for the Esmeralda because Esmeralda works too good with her movement
Yes.
speed, zoning out.
She can zone out as well. And she can literally give a tough time to Lapu, definitely, in the early stages of game, as well as mid. Let's see what they pick.
I think
Do you
banning
think
out
they
the
will-
Baxia right now for Team Metarun was not the call.
Yes, definitely, because I don't think they will, prioritize Bakshia pick. The draft, the way of draft they are analyzing.
Yeah,
I don't think they go for Bakshia.
I think they should have banned it something like the Esmeralda or something like that. Or the Kimi
Yeah.
as well, respecting the Kimi that he secured the
Ye-
triple kill.
Definitely, because I think they should have banned Kimi because Kimi is doing insane amount of damage, as I said,
24/7.
and she can literally be if she gets farm and if she gets that protection, she can be a threat.
So we are
They're going
seeing a
for everything.
repick from Team
My mission
Peak,
is to protect lives.
Kimi,
Yeah.
Vedran, and the High Lows.
They don't.
They are
I
like-
think they just want to stick to their draft.
Yeah, they just want to
So,
stick.
yeah, we are going. We are just
What worked will work again.
Yeah.
So we are going to see a recap of the first match, or is it going to be Team Metarun learning?
Among the planes exists the
Let's
equilibrium
see.
So Team
I hope
Metarun
they-
taking off.
I was made for.
They
Yeah.
should give a tough fight, so that this our watchers can also enjoy the game.
So now Team Metarun just picks up Yi with a real world manipulation. Eve is a good pick right now, but they do have the high loss and the Fedrin. Eve can get locked out quite easily right now. And
Exactly,
with the
that's
Kimi.
what I was thinking. Yeah, because if they have the heroes who can go to B and just attack her. They have those kind of heroes. I think it will troublesome for Eve. Gatot should better protect her, otherwise she will literally be melted.
My life.
Okay, ban of her it.
So a
Something they
respect
banned.
ban towards Team Peak banning out the Harriet, because the Harriet was zoning out Team Metarun badly with his Diamond Force. And we see a ban towards the Xbox from Team Peak because they have front lines like Fedrin and Hylos.
So do you think the Harith was an obvious ban?
Yeah, the Harriet was an obvious ban in this situation because as you can see, the enemy's Team Peak have beefy frontliners like the Fedrin and the Hylos, and an EXP laner is also coming. They know that. 3 tanks and the Harriet. With the... what do you say this? Kimi
What do you think?
will be a
What do
nightmare.
you think? What they will ban? Yeah,
I think it will be a Granzer ban, I guess. So, Granzer or it's an Esmeralda.
Okay,
I think-
they are going for they don't want Lapu to get suffered.
Yeah, they don't want the Lapu to
Sure.
get.
Despair.
Nathan, okay,
Hopes.
that's that's a good ban, but for this draft, I don't know
Yeah.
whether they would have picked. I don't think they would have picked Granger because if you saw some, Metaru team games or some, I don't think they pick Granger that frequently. I think they didn't watch, their gameplay and all. Nathan is picked very rarely by them, but let's see.
Well, for now,
It is what it is.
I literally don't want the Eve pick on the Team Metarun because the Lunox was literally open.
Yes, and Guniver they have picked.
So they are picking Guniver as well.
Okay, so they just want to ignore Hylas and Fedrin, I suppose. Think that.
Yeah, they just want to ignore the Hylos and Fedrin and just go in for the Kame.
Do you think that was actually a good pick? That was actually a good pick because
so we are seeing a Pakito goal lane, not a traditional goal laner, but a Pakito.
Okay, that is strange. Pakito definitely has a lot of damage.
Oh, it's not gold lane Pakito. It's actually Pakito. Sadly, our excitements were killed.
Yeah, because I was literally shocked and I was wondering if Pakito will work on gold.
I was also shocked.
Because it can. Yeah, because Pakito literally they can ignore later on, and Pakito can be easily killed.
Yeah, Pakito can be an easy kill. But Pakito with his combos, he has a diverse combo. So yeah, so let's see what the Metarun picks. I think the carry is the carry.
Pakito against Lapu. What do you think? Who will win? Who will win this trades?
So thinking about the previous games, I think it's gonna be the Pakito because Team Peak have a nice rotation,
and they have to carry
all the rules.
Yeah,
carry is literally a monster in late game. They will have a tough time. Peak will definitely have to see what they can do for carry.
So I see enemies are not taking the Purify for the Gunneva. So if the Gunneva just gets a jump on the Gimme or the Granza and just uses the freeze, it's gonna be bad for Team Peak.
Yes, it is actually can be troublesome for Team Peak as well. Because if Guni marks their backline, because they don't have any purifier, if they move the green, then Carry will rest of the job Carry will do easily.
Well, to be honest, Carry versus Granza. Carry does win her lane towards the Granza, but Carry needs her Trinity build to just hype her up.
That's
to get a spike.
Welcome.
So which team do you think has a better draft right now, Zion?
Earlier I commented and I he got proved wrong. So as for me, I'll go for Metaru V. They are definitely a good draft, but I think they are not capitalizing on the same. The way they should play hero and go for rotation, prioritizing for the they should do that to win early advantages. Draft wise, early is better. The problem was that their macro and initiation was not on time, which caused
the macro and map awareness were quite lacking in the round one. So let's see. So we see a gank towards the bot lane, still not prioritizing the EXP craft, the Metarun.
Yeah.
I think you have not learned from your previous mistakes. The Yuzong getting gapped by Lapu. And now I think it's the Pakito gapping out the Lapu, I guess so. So now we see Eve.
Yeah, mid lane has a lot of get a lot of fight there. Okay, Pakito is literally trying to giving a lot of damage to Lapu, forcing Lapu to back off.
Yeah, and he's denying the lane, freezing the lanes, not letting Lapu take the minions. If it comes to taking the minions, he's just giving him damage and letting him to back down. And we see the Fedrin going in towards the Katokacha. Gunneva with her violet combo takes out the Fedrin. Like I said previously,
Yeah.
Team Metaru has a good
Only-
pick of strat.
Yeah. I think they're quite capitalizing on 15. They know that if they will give turtle and early trades, they will literally have a cap and farm and all. So they are doing the job. Let's see, Weave is also coming. Okay. They're trying to snatch a turtle Guniver with them. But yeah, Paki just stole the turtle. Ranger with the kill for carry. Okay, now they're invading. It's literally a good idea. They don't want them, have any advantage. What do you think?
Oh
You
yeah,
think they're going-
as I've said earlier, the Granzer with the carry on the gold lane. Carry without her 3 items, the Trinity is bad because carry, it takes a lot of while to make 3 items. So now we see Joseph getting picked off in the mid lane by the Pakito's quick rotation on towards the mid lane.
Yeah, Pocket is actually good in. He can literally
Rotating.
just go on and trade. Yeah, his rotation is very good. Just go, mid lane. Freestyler for using. Okay, he's giving a lot of damage. We should just do the. Okay.
We see the
Alright,
Pakito camping in for the Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu uses his ult. Is Pakito gonna get killed by there's a Guinevere follow up?
Oh, he escaped. Oh,
escaped.
that was a good escape. That was really good escape from Pakistan.
The Guinevere went in for her green creep. That's why they weren't able to get the pick off towards the Pakito. Grands rotating towards the mid lane.
Yeah. Pedro did his job well though. If you can see, he took some gold from top lane.
Yeah.
Carey is trying. He's not giving Carey any chance to do anything. Okay.
Gatokaja uses his AOG to escape.
Lapu with a good pull there. Okay. Kimi will surely take Lapu down. And Pedro with Kimi's damage, it's very difficult to survive.
So it's a free turtle for
free
peak, as the first turtle was not a free turtle, and Fedrin was down.
It was strange. Universe should neutral lane because fight was going on in the lane. So I thought she will come. Okay, she
uses Violet Wave. Pakito with that big shield. You with the real world manipulation. Grands are taking out a kill towards Gato. Hylos just zoning out the enemies, not letting them to come in towards the battlefield. And Kimmy and Grands are just pushing the top lane. So now can we see the itemizations for the teams?
Red team turret has been destroyed.
So yeah, the Granzer is up with his Sky Piercer and Hunter Strike, while the carry just has a Corrosion Sight, while Pakito as well has his Hunter Strike. Guinevere not yet with her first item. I think she's making, what is she making?
Feather is making sure that he gets, small creeps and all just to farm.
Granz are taking out one more kill towards the Gato.
You can see the Sky Piercer right there. Stacks.
Yeah.
Stacks are going crazy there. Literally nothing like as of now Carey can do.
Yeah, this is what I was saying about the carry. Carry really does need her Trinity to work.
Yeah. But do you think Ranger is doing insane amount of damage there? Okay, Fadrid came, killed V. Or Granger is literally going maniac there. He literally has a lot of advantage now. And especially the Sky Piercer stacks.
Yeah.
Man, he's unstoppable. Okay, Kim is trying to.
This is what I'm talking about. Team Metaru, their rotation is lacking. It's lackluster. Like they didn't prioritize the EXP lane in EXP crab. And now they go in and not prioritize the gold lane as well. It's the recap of the first match, sadly. As a
Yes, I
caster, I'm getting disappointed with this kind of rotation.
same
And
from
this
my
is
side
not
also.
and this is not just your play like a group stage or something. This is top 8.
That's what I was wondering. See, like first game it was fine. Okay, you did mistakes, so you should learn from it. And if you are literally doing again the same thing, it's like deja vu. Same thing I happened
Yeah.
again. No
Yeah, it's
difference.
like
Just
a
a
deja
different
vu.
heroes. But do you think Gunivar is doing a good job for you? I don't see any proper
I do not
indication.
know what Guniva is making also, to be honest. Like, let's see a build. Like, at first I was
Yeah.
thinking she's going for some brute force or things like that, and now her build is like she doesn't even have a first item.
Turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, that's strange. Because Guni is the hero who can literally mount the backline also, and she should have actually get the second turret too, because only Granger and Kimi as of now is giving the good amount of damage. If she catches Granger, then there's a chance for Metaru team to have a
Well, if she
comeback.
catches the Granzer also, right now, seeing her build, she doesn't have any damage on her build. And
That's
sadly,
correct.
she does have to, like, get on with the carry to kill the Granzer. But the carry as well has not spiked up right now. As now we see a gag towards the mid lane. Pakito goes on and kills the Eve.
Kimi's getting damage as well. Kimi and Granger, monsters. They are
So yeah,
literally-
8 minutes game, 10k gold lead. I think the
Same
Metaru
Same goal difference.
well, it's worse. So yeah, the Guniva finally gets a combo, gets the shutdown on towards the Kimi, but the Granz is securing a godlike towards the
double kill.
Gatokacha, and the double kill now falls in towards the Granza. Lapu denying the enemies to go in, trying to take out the Pakito, but get punished. Now,
doing this job.
Granza just
Very
going
good.
in. He doesn't fear anyone right now. He has taken the bot lane as well. So now
If you
I
see
think they are.
KDA, if you see KDA, it's a lot. It's a lot. If you see Skypacer stacks, so
Can we see the
We know the
Skypacer
damage.
stacks for the Granza? Yeah, he's on 70 Skypacer stacks.
my God, he will be giving a lot of damage. He can melt easily.
Oh, finally the Pakito gets shut down by the carry. The carry got a huge bounty from the Pakito. Hilo securing in the Radiant armor to be more tanky towards the Eve and the Guneva. Brute force getting secured by Fedrin.
I'm a bit disappointed from Red Team's Metaru initiations and their macros. It's top 8 and it's expected to they should have clearly handy on objectives.
Yeah, they should have been handy on their objectives.
No, they will just be forced to just stay in the base. Meanwhile, minis are pushing. Lord is coming. What do you
Granza
think?
gets his BOD as well. Fedrin going in with the concealed play with the Hylos. Hylos secures the Guneva. Granza gets the legendary on the Gato. Granza go back. Kimi also forced to back down. Kimi takes the kill on the Lapu. Granza trying to take out the carry. Real world manipulation by Eve, but I think it's
a
game
good game.
over.
Over. So, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think we're expected to have this kind of fight in trophy?
Well,
Actually,
I thought,
to be honest, then
to be honest, I thought from the first match they will get some experience and make up for their mistakes to Metarun, but they didn't. They did have a nice pick off in the early game towards the Fedrin, which sparked some joy in me, seeing finally they are getting some equalizing trades, but that was it.
that is definitely true. But I was expecting good comeback, a good fight, because if you see some matches earlier, they had some good fights.
Yeah.
But there was a total domination from the peak team. The way they played, their draft was kind of weird the first match also, but literally they proved us wrong.
Yeah.
They had their hand skilled on those heroes, and here also they have literally dominated the whole game. Granger with those crazy damage, and Kimmy, both for a deadly combo. And alongside they had Hyros, Paquito. They were also doing their job very. They were protecting their backliners. Even if Guinevere was trying to jump, But I think Guinevere didn't do her part quite well. She should have actually, because they didn't have Purify, neither Granger nor Kimmy. She could have literally taken those two.
Yeah, for the Guinevere, she should have gone in for the damage build. In my opinion, no hard feelings for her.
Yeah.
We have just been criticizing on the Guinevere. I'm very sorry if you're just seeing our castings, but there was. So yeah.
It's just an expectation, I had some
It was just the caster's expectation from you.
Yes, because Guinevere is actually a
Great pick.
If you know how to use backline, is pushed out.
So yeah, the Granza did play quite nice as the carry didn't get a spike. She didn't even get a Trinity, if I remember correctly. The Eve pick was questionable as we talked about it earlier. And the only mistake that Team Metaru did was not prioritizing their EXP lane, which caused them the turtles. Like literally every turtle in every match. They didn't secure any turtles, if I remember correctly.
And I think they already had, Lapu, they had, the truth and all right. So I think Guinevere, if she had a magic damage, it was actually, a win for them in the early game, because they had all the early game controls.
Yeah.
Yet they lost.
So yeah, I think that's it for today. Tomorrow we have another matches. It's me, Yui, signing off with Zion. You guys also have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Zion signing off as well. Goodbye.
だんだんだん重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズム
耳を澄ませば聞こえてくる星がささやく夢
特別な今日をとびきりの旅で埋め尽くそう
宝物はいつもそばにキラキラと咲くその笑顔
五線譜のリボンぎゅっと結んで
花束にしちゃおうだんだんだん重なるハーモニー斬新な祝福のリズムその声あなたへ心つなぐこのメロディー遠くても願いを込めて踊ろうよベンベンだずっとキラリ透き通るきらめき愛で守りたいの
道に迷いそうなそんな時は思い出してほ